Hello, good morning. Welcome to the News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM and hits 103.9 FM in Accra and Kumasi. We are on Love 99.5 FM in all 16 regions of Ghana. You'll also find us on myjoyonline.com, YouTube, X Spaces, and on Facebook. Coming up, we fulfilled all these promises. President John Mahama touts his success of the 120-day social contract to Ghanaians.
We've significantly exceeded our 120-day promises regarding overall tax reform. I'm pleased to report to you that we have fulfilled these promises.
We'll hear the independent assessment of Imani and other groups. Also in this bulletin, Minerals Commission begins tracking the importation and use of excavators in the country.
Most of them, even though it is declared at the ports that is going to be used for construction, find their ways into the forest reserves to aid illegal mining. And this has become a huge distraction to our localities.
Now, 3 years after fire ravaged the Takoradi market, traders remain abandoned as the same deadly conditions threaten to spark another disaster.
We are still in the same condition. The small road that was meant for the fire service so that they fill their water tank when it runs out has been used to build stores. There is no path in case of an emergency.
Dow has the business headlines.
Ghana President John Mahama attributes city stability and slowdown in inflation to prudent economic policies implemented by his government. We've got details on the Joy Business Report.
And consumers could still see lower prices as Guta hints of possible reductions if the cedi maintains a strong performance against the US dollar.
Because forex is coming down, inflation also coming down. That suggests that the price of items obviously will come down.
I have details of that and more in this bulletin. Thanks for choosing us. We are Joy News, independent, fearless, and credible. We start with President John Dramani Mahama. Now, he says that he fulfilled all the promises. That's his own verdict as he recounts for his 120-day social contract with Ghanaians. In a televised address Wednesday evening, the president outlined progress on the 25 major reforms he pledged to execute within his first 4 months in office.
My fellow citizens, we've significantly exceeded our 120-day promises regarding overall tax reform. Disbursement to support needy patients will begin once the governing board is put in place. The draft Ghana Medical Trust Fund bill is ready. Procurement is ongoing for over 6 million sanitary pads, with each student receiving 3 packets per term. I'm pleased to report to you that we have fulfilled these promises. From forming a lean government and establishing a robust code of conduct to taking decisive action to scrap burdensome taxes, initiating inquiries into past wrongdoings, the foundation for resetting Ghana and building the Ghana we want together is being laid with speed and determination. Fellow citizens, I take my promises seriously, and my word is my bond.
Now, the Minister for Government Communications, Felix Kwachifusu, has attributed the delay in fulfilling some of the promises to parliamentary processes.
5 are in progress, to the extent that what you need to bring it to finality lies in the hands of other agencies that you don't necessarily control.
Meanwhile, policy think tank Imani Africa has scored government's performance at 50%. Let's hear from Senior Research Associate at Imani, Dennis Osari.
The president has made good progress on all the promises because apart from 2, he's touched on every one of them, and which is good progress. However, the initiatives that he's implementing, most of them are not laying the right foundations to address the structural challenges in the various sectors that they are implementing. So what is likely to happen is that we may create a lot more fiscal challenges for ourselves because some of these are going to be expenditures that must continue.
Well, Professor of Finance Godfred Boateng has also weighed in, giving the Mahama administration a score of 52%. Meanwhile, Vice Chair of Parliament's Public Administration and State Interest Committee, Samir Uku, disagrees with government's self-assessment. Here's why.
And on the issue of the COVID-19 levy, I really do not understand what the government meant by saying that, oh, there's a whole tax reforms and all that they are looking at. Others were scrapped. So if you are going to take a holistic view of your taxes and how to reform the tax sector, it's a different matter.
Samir Ukude. Moving on, there are calls for increasing There are increasing calls for the review of Ghana's constitution to take the power of appointing and removing the Chief Justice from the President. According to the former UN Governor Advisor, Professor Bafo Ajimandia, there is a need to isolate the two functions from the President's powers because the current system affects the independence of the judiciary.
If you look at the trend of our politics, the rivalry, the competition between the NDC and NPP appears to be carrying on into the other branches of government. To avoid this situation becoming worse, that section of the Constitution should be reviewed.
A leading member of the NDC, lawyer Abraham Amaliba, agrees that provision must be amended.
Do we necessarily need to have the president doing the appointments? Can we have a situation where when vacancies are available, judges will apply and then the Public Service Commission will call for an interview to deal with those matters?
You heard a leading member of the NDC, Abraham Amaliba, there. The Minerals Commission has begun tracking the importation and use of excavators in the country as part of intensified efforts to curb illegal mining, widely known as galamsey. Under the program, specifically trained enforcement officers have been deployed to key entry points to tag and register all excavators entering Ghana. There's more in the following report.
According to project lead for the Ghana Mining Repository and Tracking System, Sylvester Akpa, the machines will not only be tagged at the port, but also fitted with GPS trackers. The goal, Dr. Akpa emphasized, is to prevent the misuse of heavy machinery in unauthorized or illegal mining activities which have caused significant environmental degradation and water pollution.
The excavators are good. Yeah, we can use them for construction and other things. But most of them find their ways into the forest reserves to aid illegal mining.
Convener of the Media Coalition Against Illegal Mining, Ken Ashigbe, has commended the initiative. He stressed the importance of collaboration between the Minerals Commission, security agencies, and other relevant authorities.
With this tracking and all of that, the police would then be able to, with the integration, if your excavator is not meant for a particular region, when you get to the border, the barrier, the police should be able to say that this one can't come into my region.
Let's move on, and consumers could soon see lower prices as the Ghana Union of Traders Association GUTA hints of possible reductions if the cedi maintains a strong performance against the US dollar. Now trading at about 13.40 to the dollar, its strongest level since May 2023, the cedi has shown rare stability. GUTA's head of business and economic affairs, Charles Kusiapia, says traders may act if the currency continues to hold or gain.
When forest hikes were going high, we were complaining that it was depleting our working capital. For us as businesses, stability gives us some respite. Now, we can have some capital to plow back into the economy to see economic growth. But if one leg of the economic indicators started doing well, it suggests that they will have positive tendencies on the other indicators.
So have you reduced your prices then?
Currently, yes.
Now, 3 years ago, fire reduced Takoradi's market to rubble. But while the flames are gone, the danger is not. In breaking the fire cycle, Inathalia Kwanzaa returns to ground zero, where survivors continue to battle neglect and a second disaster looming to happen.
The fire service struggled for 5 long hours to contain the flames, not because they weren't ready, but because they couldn't reach the fire on time.
This is someone's stall, and the one next to it also belongs to someone else. Up till now, they haven't fulfilled the promises they made. We are still in the same condition. The small road that was meant for the fire service so that they fill their water tank when it runs out has been used to build stores. So at this point, there is no path for the fire service to access the area in case of an emergency.
The Ghana Fire Service now plans to train traders in what they call market squads.
They have created somehow with stagnant tables where they have ceilings on the streets.
Western Regional Minister Joseph Nelson set up a committee this year to investigate fire outbreaks in markets.
See how we can bring awareness, we can, in the various markets, the major ones, of course.
For many who are affected by these stores, life has ended for them. For those who have managed to come, the current state of the market does not allow them to do business as usual. For Joy News, I am in Asalia Kwanza, Western Region.
And with that, we end the news at 6 with me, Hannah Odame. You can find more stories on myjoyonline.com. Daryl Kwao brings us business up next.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
See, your rich auntie gets more from Absa. Your childhood friend gets more from Absa. Your favorite uncle gets more from Absa. Your roommates cry gets more from Absa. Digital solutions get more from Absa. Rewards be bring get more from Absa. 5-star treatment get more from Absa. Preferential rates get more from Absa. Easy banking and no ane Absa. Instant loans and no ane Absa. Bank papa party and no ane Absa. FTK account and get more from Absa. Yes! Join thousands of Absa customers enjoying priority treatment, preferential rates, amazing rewards, and seamless digital solutions to help you write the next big chapter of your story. Sign up for an Absa account today and get more. Your story matters. Absa.
Your family's health should never be a worry, no matter where you are in the world. Are you a Ghanaian in the diaspora, a foreign resident in Ghana, or a Ghanaian looking for the perfect health insurance plan for yourself or your family in Ghana? Then the Apex Ebusiapa health cover is what you need. A comprehensive health insurance plan to protect your loved ones. From hospital stays to life-saving treatments, we ensure quality healthcare at an affordable cost. Apex Ebusiapa health cover. You don't just send love home, you secure it. Visit Apex Health Insurance at Zion House, Boundary Road, Shashi East Legon, or call 0540-128-256 or 0501-683912. Apex Ebusiapa Health Plan. Global love, local care.
Brush your teeth every day and night. Up and down and all around. Brush the feeling bright. Brush your teeth. Brush with mom and dad. Underneath and in between. Brush the germs away.
Pepsodent, cavity protection.
For 10 times stronger.
This advert is FDA approved.
What's your dream this year? To pull up in a brand new 4-wheel ride? Or you want to travel? Where? Sentosa Island in Singapore? Or Desert Safari in Dubai? Or you want a laptop, microwave, brand new phone, TV? Chale, what you want, you can get with SG Ghana. Minya Ubecha 7Y. Join the SG Ghana Deposit and Drive promo and you could win the grand prize of a brand new Toyota RAV4. Simply deposit 500 Ghana cedis or multiples of it into your SG Ghana account from now till 30th May 2025. Non-customers can open an account to participate. Visit your nearest branch or call 0302-214-314 for further inquiries. This promo is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Bafu Shingles.
Good morning, Kojo. How are you doing?
We're inside. It's Thursday, you know. We're nearly at the weekend.
Nearly. It's Friday Eve.
Well, now we.
If that's the consolation, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Which means we are just 4 days away from Monday.
Yeah.
Yay.
Well,
anyway,
it's a week of accountability, right?
Yes, the president says he has overperformed in his 120
Has
days.
he?
Well, that's what he says. That's what he says.
Love to hear what Ghanaians think.
Yeah, that's the important verdict, right? I mean, yesterday we heard all kinds of technical assessments of his performance. Prof. Boateng gave him some 52% I think AGI gave him a B plus. You know, and then we heard Imani's rather in-depth, analysis of.
They gave him 50%.
They did, yeah. You know, I think there's something we are leaving out of the conversation, and that's the fact that he hasn't spent the last 120 days only dealing with these 25 items.
Promises.
Yeah. That's not the only thing he's been doing for 120 days. I think it is fair to say that the government has achieved gains in other areas as well. We've been talking every day about how well the currency is doing, right? That is a direct outcome of policies.
Well, depending on who you speak to, they would say it's not entirely what the president has been doing, even though he touts it as a sign of a prudent economic management. The external factors as well.
Yes.
But yeah, well, anybody would take credit for the currency's good performance, right?
Please, when external factors, when external factors, make things worse, we all dodge them.
Yeah.
So if external factors are making things good, we should dodge them as well. And
so I guess it will take time. Let's see for us to really conclude and say, well, it's a sign of prudent economic management.
Indeed. But in the short term, I mean, it's some 20% appreciation in the value of this.
Yeah,
that is impressive.
Well, aside from the currency, I mean, they've got the IMF giving them a real thumbs up for
So I mean, the president has been up to quite a lot. It's not just been the things that were explicitly stated.
Exactly.
In the so I think maybe even if we mark him according to how he has delivered on these particular promises,
you have to consider
it is not an overall verdict on his presidency over the past 4 months. It's not. We have to put that context, at the forefront. But it is important how a person performs against his own word. It's important.
That's true.
And he touts himself as a man of his word. Okay. So what happened to the COVID levy? Right? I mean, if you're a man of your word, what happened to the COVID levy? You're a man of your word. How is Galamsey worse? How? These are fair questions.
Yeah, they are.
Anyway, we'll have more of those when Felix Kwachufusu joins us later. Yeah.
Interesting stuff.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Should we get on with it?
Yeah, let's do.
Okay. 6 a.m. news was brought to us by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. As well as Absa Bank Ghana Limited, Your Story Matters, and Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. Which brings us nicely to the Joy Business Report. And any trumpets for anybody today?
We've been doing this for the president. Hannah is laughing. I don't know why she's laughing. By the way, is Hannah going to? She's the one going to play the trumpet today. So
then maybe it should be for her. Trumpets for Hannah Odami.
What? Will be some way today for the president a third time.
It will be nepotism to give it to Hannah Odami. So so
I mean, what usually
do you know who I would like to give trumpets to? We haven't mentioned him this morning. Justice Atuba.
Okay, tell me why.
I think it is rare for judges to express their opinion even after they leave the bench. It's not that I agree or disagree with his opinion.
Okay.
I'm just grateful that he's willing to share it. Because it is an aspect of governance that we never get to see or engage the brains behind. We almost never get to interact with them and find out, like, just personally how they feel about things. We never do. So I'm grateful to him just for telling us what he thinks. It's not about whether I agree with what he thinks or not. There are
But
some things he
just
said I
the
agree
fact
with,
that
some that I don't.
He's
But
able to speak out.
Yeah. You
I
think he's
agree.
earned trumpets?
Yeah, he's ended.
I would say
Why
so.
not?
Okay. Hannah, you understand the trumpet protocol?
Hey.
Do you understand the trumpet protocol? Okay, good. All right. Hannah is ready.
Oh, okay. We'll do something for mothers tomorrow.
For mother, that'll be tomorrow. Please open. Tell me to do. All right, here we go. Joy Business Report brought to you by Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. Safari Valley Resort, bringing you closer to nature, and MNC Properties, a member of MNC Group. MNC Properties, choice of class. So for Justice Atuguba,
trumpets.
Oh, and now that's.
Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, President John Mahama attributes city stability and slowdown in inflation to prudent economic policies implemented by his government. Meanwhile, the Bank of Ghana has been given reasons for recent gains by the cedi against the dollar. We hear from the officer in charge of financial markets, Nisowa Ahulu. Also, World Bank forecasts prices of grains and other food items to fall by 11% this year. Details coming up. My name is Darryl Kwao. Thanks for being with us. Hello to our friends listening from Koforidon KTU Radio. First up, President John Mahama is insisting that the city's current stability and slowdown in inflation can be linked to prudent economic policies being implemented by his government. There's more in this Business Desk report.
The assurance by President John Mahama is coming at a time that there has been argument that the current development in the economy should be linked to policies implemented by the previous administration. But in a national address to mark his 120-day social contract, the president insisted that Ghanaians should expect more dividend from the economy in the coming months.
Implementing major tax reforms, overhauling the public financial management system, strengthening expenditure controls, promoting strict fiscal discipline on the part of government, and aggressively pursuing inclusive growth. The implementation of these recommendations has begun to yield results.
The president has also been highlighting some economic measures put in place to help reduce the public debts to drastic levels in the coming months.
The amendment also allows for the establishment of an independent fiscal council to monitor the government's adherence to the fiscal rules.
On the issue of fiscal discipline, the president noted that they are committed to prudent spending to help firmly stabilize the economy.
An amendment of the Public Procurement Act has also been passed, making the issuance of a commitment certificate by the Minister for Finance a prerequisite.
He also announced that his administration is committed to reviewing the current VAT laws, including the COVID-19 levy, before the end of the year.
As a value-added tax, we have agreed with our multilateral partners to include it in our overall VAT rationalization exercise that is scheduled for September this year.
On the Women's Development Bank, the president assured that this promise will materialize very soon as they work to institute the necessary regulations to aid its takeoff.
Now, the officer in charge of Financial Markets Department at the Bank of Ghana, Nisowa Ahulu, has disclosed that the cedi appreciated by approximately 5.3% against the dollar in April 2025, bringing its year-to-date gain to 7.44%. According to him, the strengthening of the cedi is largely due to increased dollar inflows as well as a combination of external and internal factors. He spoke on Beyond the Numbers program on the Joy News channel.
Has been supported by the significant accumulation in gold reserves. As a result of our domestic gold purchase program, we've also had significant foreign exchange purchases from the mines and the international oil companies. Had significant inflows from cocoa. We've also had significant and strong inflows from remittances. We've also had some significant corporate FX inflows, which has together, or I would say collectively, supported the cedi.
Meantime, senior finance lecturer at the University of Ghana Business School, Dr. Benjamin Amoah, is optimistic that Ghana will continue to strengthen. The cedi will continue to strengthen against the dollar with the continuous aid of the central bank's gold purchasing program. He says the Bank of Ghana must be allowed to continue its purchase of gold to send a positive signal to investors about the non-reliance on the dollar.
Globally, the dollar has been experiencing some difficulties, right? So if you look at the cedi's performance in the setting of the international currency space, realize that naturally our currency will attract some interest. We should not also forget the fact that once we keep on purchasing the gold, it provides some assurance and confidence to investors that our reserves is not based on the dollar, which is having challenge on the international market, but it's rather based on the safe haven currency called gold. So that, insulates the cedi from what we are experiencing.
Senior finance lecturer at the University of Ghana Business School, Dr. Benjamin Amoah there. Now, government statistician Dr. Hassan Idris is warning that global supply chain disruptions may affect Ghana's inflation target if government neglects the happenings on the international market. His argument follows ongoing trade war between China and the United States. Now, speaking to journalists after announcing the 2025 April inflation rate in Accra, Dr. Idrisu said exchange rate volatilities and concerns of demand and supply could affect prices of goods in Ghana.
Extremely important in contributing to the achievement of the 12%. So inflation, as we know, is not only on the demand side. You also always have to look at the supply side. The supply side, you have to look at supply chain disruptions. If there are no that much disruptions, that will bode well. You have to look at the push side of inflation. You have to look at the exchange rate as well, because usually when the exchange rate is misbehaving, it affects the cost of inputs, into production, and that can also affect the cost side. So the real sector is also extremely important. We have to look at real sector policies, or let's say measures or interventions from the agriculture side,
That was government statistician Dr. Hassan Idrisu. The World Bank's food price index is projected to fall by 7% in 2025 year-on-year and edge down in 2026. All three components of the index are expected to decline in 2025, with grains by 11%, oils and meals by 7%, and other foods by 5%. Here's more in this report.
According to its Commodity Market Outlook, all sub-components of the food index are, however, expected to remain broadly stable in 2026. The projected downturn in grain prices for 2025 is primarily driven by an expected 29% plunge in rice prices, reflecting ample supplies and relaxation of export restrictions by India. Similarly, global rice production in 2024 to 2025 is expected to increase by 2%, with production in India, which accounts for about 40% of global export forecast, to rise by 5%. Rice prices are projected to be stable in 2026, as preliminary estimates for the 2025 to 2026 season from the International Grains Council indicate that a small increase in global supply will be matched by a similar increase in consumption. Wheat prices are forecast to edge down in 2025 to 2026 as downward demand pressure related to trade tensions is partially offset by the tight supply conditions. The World Bank added that near-record wheat production is expected to be narrowly outpaced by consumption, resulting in a decline in global stocks. Also, maize prices are forecast to edge down by 2% in both 2025 and 2026, weighed down by lower crude oil prices, which reduce demand for ethanol and thereby for maize and increased tariffs on US-China trade.
You are listening to the Joy Business Report. The Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, has advised government to address increment in utility tariffs. GUTA is of the view that the recent stability of the cedi is a good indicator to state-owned institutions providing electricity and water to be efficient in the operations to reduce the cost. Now, speaking to Joy Business, President of GUTA, Dr. Joseph Obeng, said the impressive run of the cedi is enough grounds to lower utility tariffs.
I'm worried. The government policy of 24-hour economy and all that is being shot in the foot. If care is not taken, this thing is not going to make it work. Because any investor that you talk to, the first thing the investor will ask you, what is the unit cost of electricity in your country? If you mention it, they will always backtrack. And then the reasons that are assigned, one of it was the exchange rate, that the exchange rate was high. And now, by prudent management of the managers, Bank of Ghana, government itself, fiscal discipline, and all that have been put to bear. Fortunately, the rates have come down. So what are they holding on again?
President of Gota, Dr. Joseph Obeng. Now, have you ever wondered if insiders at banks and telecom companies could be involved in fraud cases? Well, today on Investor Eyes, cybersecurity expert and CEO of Global Secure Solutions, Adam Glyman, tells us how insider information could lead to fraudulent operations.
What if I told you not all mobile money fraud starts with a scammer, but with someone inside the system? Insider threats are real. Telco staff can abuse access to internal systems to leak user or subscriber data to criminals, approve unauthorized SIM card swaps, or even siphon funds directly from your accounts. With just a few clicks, your mobile number can be hijacked, your wallet emptied before you even realize your SIM has been swapped. To stop this, telecom companies need to implement stronger internal monitoring systems, maintain strict access controls, and audit trails for every SIM swap request.
Adam Glyman there with Investor Eye episode 4 this morning. Before we go, let's look at the markets for you. Crude oil selling at $61 a barrel. Gold increased by more than $7 to open trading at $3,371 an ounce. Cocoa trading at $9,198 a ton after going up by $273. On the currency market, the dollar going for 15 cedis. That's what forex bureaus are offering their clients. The British pound 19 cedis 30 pesos. The euro going for 16 cedis 50 pesos. The commercial banks quoting the dollar 13 cedis 25 pesos. More news on our website myjoyonline.com/business. The Super Morning Show continues. Don't go anywhere.
Once again to you.
Hey, Kojo.
Yeah. Good morning, Daryl.
Good morning. I'm good. You?
I'm great. You know, you are one of my favorite people.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I like how calm you are and how you make everything. You know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So the president, 120 days. He's giving us his address and his own reports and
he says he's done fantastic.
Yes. I have a special song for the 120 day update.
Okay.
Yes.
Love to hear it.
It's from Joe Metal.
Okay.
No, it's the Bethel Revival Choir
featuring Joe Metal.
Yes. And the title of the song is Enyo.
Wow.
He is good. I want listeners to tell us whether the 120 days
has been good
for them or not.
I like that twist.
Yes. In all that, God is good.
God is good, yes.
So let's enjoy this from the Bethel Revival Choir and Joseph Oscar Metal.
If you know he's been good, you want to just join me. Come on, say, hey, yo, Yehovah, yo.
Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the Super Morning Show. Yeah. Wake up to joy.
The president says his 120 days need a enyo.
Yes,
he says
it is good. 100%.
Hey. Anyway, me yourself.
Yes.
If my lecturers had told me to mark myself, I would have scored 100% in everything.
Yeah.
You see why?
But I like the fact that he made promises, social promises, and had a social contract with us. And 120 days exactly, he comes back and gives us detailed accounts of what he said he would do, what he has done, and what he's doing. It's a very good start for me. And I want it to continue, especially on the larger national front.
Yeah.
For example, Ministry of Education says they are going to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. That's what is in the budget. So that's their social contract with us. At the end of the year, we should have a report on that, an updates and progress report on that, and how much we've spent of that budget, how much was budgeted, how much has been allocated, how much we've spent, and the outcomes. Could you see the whole thing?
Yeah.
Ministry of so and so, this agency, that agency. That is how we can hold the government accountable, and in fact, hold state-owned enterprises also accountable, and get the right result for the people of Ghana.
Okay. I mean, I'm glad the president is happy with himself.
Yes.
But I hope he understands if we don't give him 100%, because there are things he said he would do that he hasn't done. And do you know what? It's actually okay, right? It's been 120 days, and I was saying earlier that in those 120 days he hasn't only been working on these 25 things. There are other things he's been doing outside the social contract that have taken a lot of his effort and we've seen results. Okay, but when it comes to these specific 25 things, I hope he understands if we don't give him 100%, because specifically there are things he said he would do among these 25 that he hasn't done. He hasn't scrapped the COVID levy. He hasn't scrapped it. So in no universe does he get 100% for that. Galamsey is actually worse. It's worse. He doesn't get 100% for that. I mean, and there is more. Today, his spokesperson will be here. The Minister of State in charge of Government Communications, Felix Kwakye Ofosu, will be here. And I'm sure he will seek to explain to us why it's 100%.
Since you mentioned the COVID levy, please permit me to read what the president said about the COVID levy. So on the scrapping of the taxes, he said, to alleviate hardships and ease the high cost of doing business, I promise to scrap the e-levy, COVID levy, 10% levy on bet winnings, and the emissions levy within my first 90 days. These tax and expenditure measures were central to our 2025 budget statement. On April 2, 2025, I signed several bills into law, including the e-levy repeal bill, emissions levy repeal bill, and the betting tax. We have delivered on 3 of these 4 specific tax repeals as promised. So 3 out of 4 have been delivered.
So that's not 100%. Already that's not 100%.
The COVID levy has intricate linkages to the existing IMF program. As a value-added tax, we have agreed with our multilateral partners to include it in our overall VAT rationalization exercise scheduled for September of this year. So that is on the COVID levy. So on the scrapping of 4 taxes, 3 have been done, 1 is in progress.
It is not 100%.
Anyway, let me bring you the Drive Safe campaign. It's brought to you by Joy News and the Multimedia Group and supported by Toyota. Superior quality. Avoid all distractions, keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel, and be visible. Drive with your lights on. That's how you ensure your safe arrival. And this morning's tip is always fasten your seat belt. Always fasten your seat belt. It's one of the things that can easily save you should there be any crash or any incident on the road. Just fasten your seat belt. Always. No excuses. Fasten your seat belt.
I have a friend who works at a bank. In fact, I'm tempted to mention her name this morning. I have no doubt she's listening.
Is she called Enyo?
No.
Or Emefa?
None of the above.
Or Selena?
Hey, I'm tempted because this girl will never put on her seatbelt.
Don't mention her name, please. Don't.
And when she calls you and she's on the phone, you can hear in the background, beep, 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 and I'm like, so I'm in my house. The thing is driving me mad. You are in the car. How are you okay with it? Beep, 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 and she'll give you excuses like, oh, I'm not going far. You can be killed at your gate.
At your gate, actually, in your house.
What do you mean by you're not going far?
In your house.
Oh,
you sit in your car in your house. Somebody runs into your wall.
Hey, the way I'm tempted to mention her name.
This morning you are shouting at me and that's when you are tempted.
Adeti. Put on the belt.
We'll wait.
Hey.
Wait, we want to arrive alive.
And you know, the thing about the seatbelt is it's one of those inventions that was freely given to the whole industry because it had a purpose of saving lives. Right? It wasn't commercialized. It wasn't like
it was somebody
or something that somebody creates and says this has commercial implications. So let's make money out of it. Somebody sat down, designed it to save our lives. You should use it.
Just put it on.
And there's people who say when they wear the seatbelt it makes their clothes dirty. When you take your car to the car wash, insist that they clean your seatbelt for you, or you do it yourself.
No, but
if you actually use it, it will.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you let your seatbelt get dirty?
Oh, and the church to please fix your seatbelt.
It's too much. All right.
Time now to say it right, and it's brought to you by Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are our hallmarks. Societe General Bank Ghana, the future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
Today's Say It Right is in response to a special request by our friend Charles Benoni Okine of Graphic Business. Now, there are many months of the year that we often mispronounce. Today, we will learn how to correctly pronounce them all. Let's begin with January, not January, and definitely not January. February, not February, not February. March, that one is not such a problem. April, not April. May, June, and July are not such difficult months to pronounce. But that brings us nicely to August, not August. September, not September. We can skip October and go straight to November, not November. And finally, December, not December. And that is how you say them all right. All right, let's get to it. Time for the news review brought to us by Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough. Access Bank, more than banking, and Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Happy smile. Right.
Let's start from the daily graphic. Mahama fulfilled 72% 120-day pledge. So the graphic gives Mahama 72%. Mahama's government shows promise, but challenges loom. Citizenry assess 120 days in office. Tackling complexities of Galamsey, government pledges to fund pollutant removal from rivers and farmlands. And MPs demand action on Odo River encroachers. If you go to the back page, Ladma Assembly members reject MCU nominee, call for Akrong. And if you read the news and follow the news across the country, there are some of them being confirmed, some of them being rejected. That is the MC and DC nominees.
Right, let's also bring you the Ghanaian Times. And this morning, Dr. Abu Sakara is asking the question, beyond 120 days, what next? Now, focus on bringing relief to Ghanaians as well. And then we've got Ghana demonstrates global leadership in immunization. Stories on page 13. We'll bring that to you a bit later. And chip-embedded passport, not a creation of the current government. Jenapo Abdullah also speaking about that. Let me see if I can find something in the middle page. Well, the back page of the Ghanaian Times, 10-member task force for new national airline inaugurated.
So you are going to get a new national airline?
Yeah, I don't know. So it says that.
Okay, maybe after their feasibility, they'll say, "Oh, we shouldn't do it. We should do it." So this doesn't mean we are getting a new national airline, does it?
It doesn't amount to that.
But it would be nice to have a new national airline, you know.
Hopefully, we don't use it for restaurants.
Yeah, you know, Americans have astronauts who go to space. The Russians have cosmonauts. If we also go to space, we have groundnuts or Ghana nuts, and then we have a national airline, which also ensures that the after thing is. It would be nice, Kojo. A national airline.
I think that would be nice.
Do you know what I think we should invest in?
Why are you looking at me like that?
No,
you don't agree we should have a national airline?
A national cargo airline, maybe.
Okay, but not a passenger airline.
No.
Then Emirates and all the other airlines will make money from the Black Star experience and Dirty December, and Ghana will just lose out.
But we will lose out anyway.
We have an airport that has a capacity for 5 million passengers.
We will lose out anyway.
Let's cash in on that capacity.
If we create a national airline, I'm sorry, but we don't learn from our mistakes. We don't.
But the cargo they will learn, eh?
Look, let me tell you something. If we are really going to throw money into buying aircraft to put our logo on it because we want to have a national airline, then you at least let's buy the aircraft and apply it to logistics.
Okay.
Because if we use it to carry people, I'm sorry, but the same thing we did, we'll do it again because we don't learn. We don't learn from our mistakes. That's the one thing that we are consistent on as a nation. We don't learn.
Now,
and we have state-owned enterprise. Look, if the thing is supposed to provide a service that humans benefit from directly, you best say no. You best say no. Me, I even the cargo crew, I'm not so sure, but at least
the revenue maybe.
You know.
But how about having a national shipping line?
I've been saying it for
because
ages.
if you want to ship from Ghana to even some of our West African countries, sometimes, in fact, most times, your shipment must go to Europe or some other place before it comes back. The Black Star line that existed is no more.
I think we should let the private sector do these things. Even the national airline. The more I think about it, even the cargo idea that I mentioned, let the private sector do it. Let some Ghanaian set up an airline, right? Let's give him the whatever.
Let's deliberately support someone to do that.
Yes. The money still comes to us, right?
Yes.
We still benefit from the Black Star, but let it be a private person doing it.
Okay.
Let it be let's not get government involved in this kind of business again. I mean, we don't learn, so let's not go there. Let's not go there.
Kojo, can I bring some headlines from my Joe Online? 24-hour economy policy showing strong progress in first 120 days. Dubois memo claims NSB spent 8.3 million Ghana cedis on opposition party ahead of 2024. Deloitte to submit National Cathedral Audit Report this month. This is according to President Mahama. And Justice Atuguba has been speaking. And he said a lot of things, including the fact that he says GBA finds his voice when NDC is in office, and a lot of other things. Could you have something for us on that?
Indeed, yes. So this is part of the online review brought to us by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle Good Energy Girl, Yenara. Let's hear a little bit of what the retired justice had to say.
How were they when they were in office? How did they perform? Transparently, neutrally, in the interest of the people? Did they do that? What? This is the kind of thing I just hate. Pure hypocrisy. Now look at the empanelments and see if that panel had not been reconstituted. You think it would have come through too? I mean, for how long have you not had unanimous until?
Here's one more.
How were they when they were in office? How did they perform? Transparently, neutrally, in the interest of the people? Did they do that? What? This is the kind of thing I just hate. Pure hypocrisy. Now look at the empanelments and see if that panel had not been reconstituted. You think it would have come through too? I mean, for how long have you not had unanimous until?
Yeah. So that's what the retired judge had to say. And, you know, there are some who consider it quite a bombshell to hear a recently retired judge state quite clearly that politics is alive and well in the Supreme Court. But is it? Is it news? Did we not have an academic do a specific job? Is there one more?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry, forgive me. There's one more. Here. One more from Justice Atuba.
At the time of the unanimous FC, what was happening? Bafuboni, Kulendi, Waman, Tanko. These were fairly senior judges. How often did they get onto constitutional panels? How often? Why was it so? Were they not members of the Supreme Court? Were they not seniors? And that token. And you see the trend. Let's put pretense aside. Let's look at what is good for Ghana and get that done.
At the court, for example, in a matter that the Member of Parliament for Otafu brought before the Supreme Court.
Yes.
Even before they went into the injunction application, his lawyer, former Attorney General Godfrey Dam, had raised issues about the presiding judge, the acting CJ, sitting on the panel. And makes the point that the acting CJ taking part in that decision, obviously on the background that he is a beneficiary of the vacancy created by the absence of the Chief Justice, and for that reason it was not going to be fair in terms of the determination of the application he had put before the court. You think he didn't have a case? And that matter was dismissed unanimously anyway.
Well, before her suspension, when this challenge came, when the process was commenced for her removal, Godfrey Dame and others brought suits, injunction. Who empaneled?
The suspended Chief Justice.
She had no interest in her own matter. Empaneling involves picking and choosing.
Who to sit?
Yes. And you think she had no interest in that?
Okay, so back to the main point that the retired justice says there's politics in the Supreme Court. Everyone is scandalized. You hear, I listened to Frank Davis actually on Top Story last night, vehemently rejecting the idea. But is it news, first of all? I think it was Prof. Atuguba who did an academic work on the trend of the decisions of Supreme Court judges. I think he included Justice Atuguba in that work. It was roundly rejected. I think the Chief Justice at the time was Sophia Akuffo. Roundly rejected. In fact, he was condemned for even attempting to do this job. But the point of his work was that there is political the justices of the Supreme Court have political influence. They are influenced politically. Who isn't, to be fair? Now we hear it again from someone who just left the bench. So at what point are we going to take our heads out of the sand and admit that every arm of government is politicized? That's politics, isn't it?
Of course. I cannot really understand how we want governance without politics anyway. Because by the true nature of it, we elect them into power through politics, and it really lives with you even in the decision making. One of the things that he said actually that has my attention is also on the GBA, saying that as an association they are also quite political. Why he finds them only finding their voice when a particular party is in power. He actually referenced the ex-president J. Akosua, that the GBA went mute at his era, and suddenly they find their voice only when the NDC is in power. I like to think that there's a bit of politics in nearly everything that we do, especially in governance. But when you do a test, it is how much politics you find during that governance that maybe we'll be discussing. And it's interesting to see that the justice is actually referencing it.
The offense, for want of a better word, is not that the judges have political leaning.
Mm-hmm.
The offense would arise if judges allow their political leanings to override their execution of justice.
Right.
That's when we would have a problem. Right? That's when we would have a problem. In any case, this is another reason why we really need to decouple the executive's influence over the judiciary. I mean, we need to work hard to achieve that. There should be no influence of the executive over the judiciary. Otherwise, it makes their presence as an arm of government moot. We can't have that. That kind of defeats the purpose of democracy, does it not? All right, okay. Coming back to 120 days.
Well, there are other stories on the 120 days. The graphic has a story about people's reactions to the president's 120 days in office. But Kojo, let me give you a story from page 19. You know, governance at the local level is very important, and MCs are being confirmed and some are being rejected. MCs for Adenta Madina confirmed. South Sudoku nominee seeks reconfirmation. You know, that was one of the things that the president also mentioned, that within his 120 days he's nominated all his MCs and DCs. And we also know that the AMA MC has been confirmed. In Kumasi, for example, KMA MC was confirmed and he hit the ground running. It will be interesting to see what plans these MCs have for all the assemblies, especially in the poorest assemblies. Especially in the poorest assemblies, how they are going to manage those assemblies, how they are going to lobby to bring development to those places. And it's one of the things that I believe we need to really follow, how MCs are driving change in the various districts and assemblies. So in Madina, for example, the new MC is Ibrahim Hussein Ifaila. In Adenta, the new MC is Ella Christine Esinam Nongo.
Well, so Dr. Abu Sakara is also asking that beyond that 120 days, the government should focus on bringing relief to Ghanaians, and not just him. I think that even the CSOs, Imani Ghana yesterday on PM Express was also saying that, so that it doesn't look like they're only ticking the boxes, we need to see the structural reforms that these social contracts that the John Mahama administration is said to be in with the Ghanaian people. So I just bring you what Dr. Abu Sakara says. So a development specialist, agriculture and rural economy, Dr. Abu Sakara Foster, has urged the government to focus on the bigger picture of ensuring access to employment, education, infrastructure, and formulating viable policies to bring relief to the people as it assesses its 120 days in office. That story is on page 10. Another story that caught my attention, which we're not discussing today really, is the chip-embedded passport, not a creation of the current government. So ranking member of the Foreign Affairs of Committee in Parliament, Samuel Jinapor, says that the recently launched chip-embedded passport is not a creation of the current government, and it's how we always want to remind which government did what and which government didn't do what.
It's not a creation of any Ghanaian government at all. Isn't it an invention that exists in the world?
I think the issue under contention here is that who launched it and who implemented it. So the former government says they launched it and it's been relaunched. So that's the.
Sometimes they act like children in a sandpit. Who cares? Who really cares? Who launched it? Can we have it? Can we have it? Can we benefit from it as Ghana? Can we get to that point? Who launched it then? Oh, God. Okay, where are we? Are we done?
Yeah, time let's go for the BBC News.
Yeah, brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
To autocratic allies in the East, where is the support from the West?
Most protesters would probably say that they feel very disappointed in how the EU has responded to this crisis. Many have expected the EU to side with the students far more than it did.
This week on The Inquiry, we're asking, can mass protests in Serbia unseat the president?
This is Danielle Yawowiecka with the BBC News. Hello. Ukraine has reported continued military offences by Russia, even after Moscow said it was starting a 3-day unilateral truce in its war on its neighbour. A military spokesman for Ukraine's Eastern Front said there'd been Russian military assaults in several eastern areas. Our security correspondent Frank Gardner is in Kyiv.
Ukrainians have been largely sceptical about this pause in the fighting. They see it as Putin's ceasefire, one that suits Russia for a limited period at a time of Moscow's choosing. Ukraine wanted a 30-day ceasefire, as proposed by US negotiators in Saudi Arabia in March. But Russia has instead offered this 72-hour pause, which would encompass its symbolically important victory parade in Moscow on Friday, commemorating the Soviet Union's defeat of Nazi Germany and attended by several of Russia's allies.
Events will take place on Thursday to mark the 80th anniversary of the end of the Second World War in Europe. A service of thanksgiving will be held in London in Westminster Abbey, attended by veterans and the royal family. Our royal correspondent Daniela Relf reports.
The 8th of May, 1945. Central London was at a standstill. Relief and jubilation surged through the crowd. The Prime Minister, Winston Churchill, had announced the end of the war against Nazi Germany.
We may allow ourselves a brief period of rejoicing.
Today, his 10-year-old great-great-grandson, Alexander, will light a candle of peace in Westminster Abbey during the service of thanksgiving.
India says 13 of its civilians have been killed in exchanges of fire with Pakistan along the de facto border in Kashmir. Meanwhile, blasts have reportedly been heard near the Pakistani cities of Lahore and Gujranwala. The Indian government is meeting today to consider the next steps. Ambarasan Etirajan is in Delhi.
The Indian government is trying to take all the opposition parties into confidence because this was a major decision by the government to order these strikes against what they call as terrorist infrastructure inside Pakistan as well as in Pakistan-administered Kashmir. So they need the support of all the political parties. Now, the next step for them would be to see how Pakistani military respond because the spokesperson for the Pakistani military was earlier quoted as saying that we will respond at a time and place of our own choosing.
The 133 cardinals who will select the new pope are gathering once again at the Vatican for more ballots. On Wednesday night, black smoke from the Sistine Chapel signalled the conclave hadn't reached an agreement. The process will continue until one candidate has 2/3 of the vote. Up to 4 votes can take place each day. You're listening to the latest world news from the BBC. Peru says a special team has been formed to hunt down the killers of a 70-year-old journalist based in the Amazon region. Raul Celis Lopez, the well-known host of a radio news program, was gunned down by hitmen in the city of Iquitos. The killing has sparked national and global condemnation. Mr. Lopez had regularly discussed the violence by local armed gangs, comments his son said may have made him enemies. Reports from the United States say President Trump will announce a trade deal with Britain later today. The agreement would be the first since Mr. Trump unveiled sweeping tariffs on America's trading partners. Jake Kwan reports.
President Trump has been promising major trade deals for weeks, claiming that the phones at the White House are ringing off the hook with offers. Now the first of what he promised would be many deals has arrived. Mr. Trump took to social media to hint at an agreement with what he called a big and highly respected country, saying a formal announcement would be made later today. He didn't identify which nation would be involved, although several U.S. media outlets reported that it was the United Kingdom.
Ireland's Enterprise Minister Peter Burke has told the BBC he thinks it'll be very challenging for the EU to get a trade deal with President Trump before higher tariffs are due to be introduced in July. US-EU trade was worth almost $1 trillion last year. US tariffs on almost all EU goods could rise from 10 to 20% on the 8th of July. Argentina's Senate has narrowly rejected a bill that would prohibit people convicted of corruption from holding public office. The lower house of parliament had given it preliminary approval in February. Opposition politicians complained that the legislation aimed to exclude the former president Cristina Fernández de Kirchner from future elections. She's currently appealing against a prison sentence for fraud. BBC World News.
wake up in the morning and you know the money calling. Oh, you go work, but you know it's I on your side. If I believe with us, if I hold my hand and believe, cause you know it's I on your side. And when you dream, no say I live on you. And when you hustle every day, anywhere I go, anything you do, I live on you. Anywhere, if I believe I on your side, fidelity. If I believe with us, fidelity. If I know I on your side, fidelity.
Ah, my little ones, gather around. Once upon a time in the heart of Accra, a man in his fancy car sought directions. But oh, the Ghanaian way.
Hello bro, good afternoon. Can you please show me where the Presby Church is?
Go straight. 10 left at the big mango tree with the broken branches with most of the mangoes falling. Ask there, anybody will show you.
And when the Black Stars take to the field, every Ghanaian becomes a coach. The sacred cue for our beloved Gobe. As you wait patiently, rehearsing the perfect vibes. These, my dear ones, are some few moments that make our Ghana truly special. And as we share these stories, let us also remember a plate of lele rice, connecting our hearts through the flavors of our culture. Special moments are worth celebrating with lele rice. Lele rice, yenimno fritite. This advert is FDA approved.
It's the most action-packed breakfast show in town. The hottest music, the best giveaways, the great interviews, and all the laughter and fun you can imagine. Don't miss the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. It's the best breakfast show in town.
For decades, we have helped businesses connect with their trade partners all over the globe. From Ghana to Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Benin, Togo, Senegal, China, Morocco, France, Netherlands, and many other countries. We have made it possible to bring Ghana to the world. We have brought small and medium businesses closer to their customers across the regions in Ghana with our SME support facilities. We have brought relief and smiles to the faces of families with our employee personal loans. With our cutting-edge technology and digital support, we take the burden of complex thinking off you, making life simple. That is who we are, as close as a partner. Bank of Africa. We are indeed the African bank with the global reach.
Reliable, check. Comfort, check. Strong, check. Tough, check. Tried and tested, check. Affordable, check. Comes in so many colors and sizes, check. Suitable for domestic and industrial use, check. Choose quality, choose Syntex Tank. Available nationwide and comes with 7-year warranty. And remember, Syntex Tank is a caring brand too. Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough.
Paying or getting paid? Koba day for you.
Driver, I don't have cash on you.
Oh, madam, you can pay through Koba.
Oh, you use Koba too? That makes it easy.
Receive payment from your customers and make bulk payment in just a few clicks.
Madam, I received the money. Hello, Coffee.
Mom, you still haven't sent me the airtime and the house internet is finished. My game.
I'm sorry, darling. Doing that right away.
With Koba, you can send airtime to your friends and family and load data for some great entertainment.
Madam, here are the food stuff.
Thank you.
You can use the short code *365# or the Koba mobile app to make your payment.
Get a designated short code today and start receiving payment with real-time visibility into all your payments with Koba. Pay your suppliers and staff in just a few clicks. For more information, call 0200-404010.
Koba there, you click pew
and you hear pew pew. Transaction done.
Koba, our life simplified.
Mom, please can I have some milk in my Milo?
Have you tasted it?
No, but I didn't see you add milk.
Hey, taste it before you ask me any questions.
Hey, milk na chum say. This is Milo all in one. Milo Pampa, cocoa, malt, milk and show. Everything is inside.
Milo All-in-One already comes with more milk. Just mix with water and taste the nourishing goodness of quality cocoa, malt, and more milk all in one sachet. Milo, the energy to go further.
This advert is FDA approved.
If you have 250 Ghana cedis right now, it can do wonders for you. Chairman, Fabeji, it could turn your tears into joy in the Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesia promo. Madam, Fabeji, it could get you up to 50,000 Ghana cedis cash prize. Business owner, Fabeji, as a student, make transactions with your Access Bank card, and that could get you Spotify and Netflix subscriptions, PS5, iPhone 16 Pro Max, and more. This be out of class senso. Fabeji, you see what 250 Ghana cedis can do for you? And Gasakra. Fabeji, it's the Access Bank Fakitwa Beji Kesia promo. Deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis and its multiples in your new or existing account and be on your way to winning a share of the 580,000 Ghana cedis in cash prizes and other amazing rewards. The more you deposit, the more your chances of winning. Promo runs from now to September 2025. This promo is in partnership with NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking.
Wake up, good morning, good morning.
Do you want it? Coffee in your cup. In the morning, on the Super Morning Show.
Welcome to the Joy Super Morning Show.
Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the Super Morning Show. Yeah. Wake up to joy, joy in the morning. Yeah. If you're turning on your radio, go for some joy in the morning. On the Super Morning Show.
Welcome to the Joy Super Morning Show.
Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the Super Morning Show. Yeah. Wake up to joy, joy in the morning. Yeah. If you're turning on your radio, go for some joy in the morning. On the Super Morning Show.
Welcome to the Joy Super Morning Show.
Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the Super Morning Show. Yeah. Wake up to joy, joy in the morning. Yeah. If you're turning on your radio, go for some joy in the morning. On the Super Morning Show.
Welcome to the Joy Super Morning Show.
Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the Super Morning Show. Yeah. Wake up to joy, joy in the morning. Yeah. If you're turning on your radio, go for some joy in the morning. On the Super Morning Show.
Welcome to the Joy Super Morning Show.
Let me know. Okay, it's 7:15 on the Super Morning Show, and today our guest is Felix Kwachi Ofosu. He's the Minister of State responsible for government communications. He's the president's spokesperson, and he's certainly going to be walking us through the president's thinking as he scores himself 100% on his delivery of the social contract that he made with the people of Ghana before the election 2024. So this was in Winneba, wasn't it, when he went through these 25 items that he promised to deliver in his first 120 days. He says he's performed 100% in these areas. Do you agree? Emefa, do you agree?
Well, I think after that speech he delivered yesterday, or the update, the government spokesperson who we're speaking to today on PMS First yesterday thought that, well, he thinks that a 75%, especially because some of the things are in progress, and especially because some of the things that they have to do not lie entirely in their hands. It also requires other stakeholders to make sure that it's done. And so he didn't think the president will score himself 100%.
But the president did score himself 100%.
Well, he didn't particularly impute a percentage on himself. He only sought to create the impression that we have delivered. And you know, in class, if you go an A+, you have scored.
I'm confused. Anyway, that's why I'm glad Felix Kwachufosu will be here today.
Yeah, and I think that the promises, the things he sought to do, he's done well largely. But there are a lot of things that would really need a medium to long-term approach, and I think the government must share those details with us. For example, the parts issue, the sanitary parts for schools. There's been a budgetary allocation, it's been launched. How we are going to do it and link it even to local production and prevent corruption, the distributions. For example, Plan Ghana says we should have part banks in the schools where these sanitary pads are taken. Students take them. It will help us get the data and the insights as to how they are being used, and also to check the abuses in the system. So it's great to have said you do it. It's great to have allocated money in the budget for it, and it's great to have launched it. But beyond just procuring parts, how is that policy also going to enable local production and put the money back in our pockets? Those are the most important things for me. You've launched Ejumera, for example, under NEIP to create tens of thousands of jobs. What type of jobs? How are you going to sustain them? Because if you look at some of the work that the World Bank has done on job creation policies and strategies, over the past 20 years, we've launched over 40 different job creation programs and strategies. Follow the money. Where does the money go to? What value does it create? What sustainable jobs are we creating, and how is that impacting on the economy? So these are the fine details and the progressive things I expect to see as we go along. So Ejumera, if we say 40,000 jobs, we should know how much is going to go into that, what value that is creating, the outcomes, the jobs that are being created, the problems they are solving, and how that is building up to help us grow our economy. Not to throw money here, there, that. We should stop that.
I agree with you, Mr. Akoto, because in reality, and Winston made the point yesterday that we really should have started questioning from the very beginning what the outputs, the outcomes of these promises, or the delivery of these promises would be, so that we don't measure him just on the promise, but on what impact delivering the promise will make. So you've given the example of the sanitary pads, yes, so you are going to deliver several million sanitary pads to several million children. Okay, but what are the outcomes that we are expecting? Like, how will it will increase school attendance by how much? And when these girls are now able to attend school, it will improve their
quality of education,
the
capacity we are building.
Yes, those numbers we should have questioned or requested them or demanded them from the one making the promises, so that you don't just come and promise us how many jobs, but what is the point of a job? that it should improve someone's ability to afford things. So you are going to create this number of jobs, which will then improve our standard of living by how much, right? It will make things affordable by how much, so we should have taken things further and asked for deliverable outcomes. What will be the impact of the delivery of these promises?
And in his speech he also talked about how they are working with a lot of stakeholders in the different areas. Education, they did it. Economy, trade, exports. I like that approach. We talked to a lot of these stakeholders and they are really being engaged, but it shouldn't end at the engagement. If you are seeking advice, if you are seeking input, if you are seeking wise counsel, you should actually implement them. So it's great on the engagement. I'll score him very high, maybe 100% too, because of what we've seen previously and what we are seeing now. But it should go beyond the engagement. We should actually take the feedback and work on the feedback to improve whatever area that you engage the stakeholders on. So when it comes to education, you've done it. Economy, you've done it. Creative arts, a lot of engagement is ongoing. Different areas. Galamsey, they've gone around the country, gold board related issues. It should go beyond the engagement. It should go beyond the photos and the videos to actual action which delivers results to the Ghanaian people.
Okay. Well, at least we have we have something to measure the president against, and that is important. Even if he thinks that he's delivered fully, we still have the ability as the other party of the contract.
The other arm of government.
Well, no, I'm even talking about the people of government, right? So the other party to the contract. We now also have the ability to assess him, and we'll do that when we are joined by Felix Kwachi Ofosu. Stay tuned. We certainly want your views and your questions and your thoughts. Use the hashtag JoySMS or send them through to us on 055 1111 You know we are partial to a voice note. Send us some of those too.
Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the super morning show. Yeah. Wake up to joy, joy in the morning. Yeah. If you're turning on your radio, go for some joy in the morning. On the super morning show.
Welcome to the Joy Super Morning Show.
All right, guys, so now it's decided. We now know what we are doing on Mother's Day. We know where we are taking mom to make her feel special. It's Oak Plaza. All right. Now, Oak Plaza, they've got this garden, right? And this is where they are creating the, let me use the terms that they put here, the memorable, momgical, momazing, amazing Mother's Day celebration. Okay, and I've got to tell you, this garden is beautiful. When they set it up, they put the tables in, they put the lights in. It's exactly where you want to take your mom. All right. And of course, the Oak Plaza Kitchen, the legendary Oak Plaza Kitchen, is providing a 4-course meal. 4 courses. Charlie, Charlie. It's like you are avenging all the food your mother gave you throughout your childhood. You are getting her, but you are paying her back in her own coin with amazing food from Oak Plaza's kitchen. And then of course there'll be great music from the Lipstick Queens. Do you know the Lipstick Queens?
Yeah, the all-female band.
Yeah, fantastic. Yep. Then of course there will be lots of fun with lucky dips and exciting giveaways, and then they will be unveiling the model mother for 2025. Yeah, Charlie.
That's nice.
Imagine, Charlie, you've taken your mother out for Mother's Day, and then at the end of it, in addition to all the plenty food and the wonderful music, they all actually crown her model mother.
They say the mother of all mothers. That'll be nice.
Charlie. Mother singing I want mommy. It will be nice. So listen, 650 Ghana cedis will get you in, or for 2 it's 1,200 Ghana cedis, so you get 100 cedi discount there. Okay, now I have a new phone number. Actually, they've given me a phone number that they say I should give you guys. So this is the number that you need to dial so that you can book and take your mom to this amazing magical lunch. Okay, here is the number. Oh goodness, it's disappeared. Oak Plaza. Here we are. Okay, good. So the number is 0302 210 630. Okay, 0302 210 630. Just write it down now, okay, and call it. It's Thursday, so what are you waiting for? Call them now. 0302 210 630. Call them and book this amazing treat for your mother, okay? And this event is sponsored by Woodine, EcoBank, SIC Insurance PLC, as well as Gino and Gandor Cosmetics. Okay, so celebrate mom in style only at Oak Plaza Hotel.
And may I have your attention, because this is an account information update call from Omnibasic Bank to all our beautiful customers. Not beautiful, beautiful customers here. Kindly proceed to any of our branches or visit our website www.omnibasic.com.gh to update your account records with your Ghana card. For more information, you can call Omnibasic Bank on 030 708 6000 6000 or 080 100 790. I take that number again, 080 100-790. Have a beautiful day. Omnibasic Bank, not just another bank.
And if you're on the road, you need to know that Total Excellium New Formula is that fuel which is enriched with additives to protect your vehicle, clean your engine, extend its life, and lower your fuel consumption. So go to any Total outlets across the country and get the Total Excellium New Formula. It helps to lower your vehicle's fuel consumption and also reduce CO2 emissions. You will drive, experience the difference with Total Energy's Excellium New Formula. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
All right, let me bring you this one. Renewing.
Before you bring me that one, relax. MNC Properties are reminding you that they are, of course, your home ownership partner. They've got affordable houses and they've got fresh property as well. Not forgetting their property management services, and of course, they've got sale of litigation-free land. Take advantage of their premium listing website to advertise, rent, and sell your property. Your smooth journey to home ownership starts now. So call them on 0302 255 0302 551 917. Okay, 0302 551 917. MNC Properties, choice of class.
Shall I now?
Go on then.
Right. Renewing your motor insurance policy with SG Ghana is not just about getting reliable cover for you and your vehicle. There are amazing extra benefits that will blow your mind. From now until 30th of May 2025, buy or renew your comprehensive motor insurance policy with SG Ghana. Sound drive and win big in the SG Insure and Win promo. You stand the chance of winning a 2-night all expense paid stay for two at the luxurious Safari Valley Resort. You could also win 4 brand new tires or free car servicing for a whole year. There's more, up to 1,000 Ghana cedis free fuel instantly just for renewing or buying your comprehensive motor insurance policy from SG Ghana. You can call 0302 214 314 for more information, or walk into the nearest SG Ghana branch to buy or renew your motor insurance policy today. This promo is regulated by National Lotteries Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. SG Ghana Sound Drive is underwritten by Sanlam Alliance General. Terms and conditions apply. Societe General Ghana. The future is you.
Imagine driving a nice, comfortable car with your seatbelt on, everything working nicely. On the nice streets of Accra. Not the back roads, or the very nice streets of Accra. Emefa, there's an opportunity for you to go for a test drive. So the Toyota Starlet is at the Total Filling Station on the Liberation Road, the one close to Lancaster Hotel. So all those who admit that they don't wear their seatbelt, go there today.
Who are those admitting it?
I've not mentioned it.
No.
Sit in the car, fasten your seatbelt, feel it, feel how comfortable it is. Okay,
Yes.
drive the car around and buy one for yourself. It's pure value for money if you get the Toyota Starlet. So Toyota is giving you 1 year or 20,000 kilometers free service, whichever comes first, and they're also giving you an extended warranty of 5 years or 120,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. So go to the Total filling station close to Lancaster on the Liberation Road and just book a test drive and enjoy the Toyota Starlet. You can also call Toyota Ghana Company Limited on 0302 429 80125 for further information. Terms and conditions apply. Ghana drives Toyota Starlet.
Okay, now listen, there's only one way to know whether you've actually bought the right tank. Check if there's a tortoise on it. Yeah, if it doesn't have a tortoise on it, then it's not the correct tank. And you know what the correct tank is. It's Syntex Tank. Of course, you need to join the Syntex Tank family. They are the champion of water tanks. It's strong, durable, and it's built to handle the Ghanaian weather. Rain or shine, Syntex Tank has your back. Okay, so go outside, check your tank. If it doesn't have the tortoise on it, then it's time to upgrade. Join the Syntex Tank family today and enjoy water storage that is tough like the tortoise. Excuse me. Call 0244 335 168. Call them now or find one of their 400 agents across the country. You can also shop online at syntexgh.com. Syntex Tank, you're strong, you're tough.
It's the best time really to grab the chance to win big in the Access Bank Faketwa Beji Kesia promo. Simply deposit a minimum of 250 Ghana cedis into your new or existing Access Bank current or savings account to join the promo. Increase it to 500 Ghana cedis or more and qualify for a draw. For our youth customers, solo account, spend 500 Ghana cedis or more with any Access Visa card and qualify for a reward. Thus, the more you deposit, the higher your chances of winning. Don't sit back. Deposit now and stand the chance to win a share of over 500,000 Ghana cedis in cash and other amazing rewards like PS5, iPhone 16, Chromebook, and much more in our 4 monthly mini draws and 2 mega draws. This promo runs from now till September 2025 in partnership with LLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Join the Faketwa Beji Kesia train. Save now for the future and win big. For more information as well, you can visit www.ghana.accessbankplc.com or call toll-free number 0800 00 4400. Access Bank, more than banking.
President is giving you the opportunity to choose the option that best suits your needs when it comes to the Pepsodent Cavity Fighter. You know, it leaves your teeth with 10 times more strength. And if you want to buy the Cavity Fighter, you can get the family pack if that's what you want to buy or what you can afford. You can get the 120 gram Ejakwa pack, the 65 gram and the 12 gram sachets, or you can buy any of the sizes, or you can buy all the sizes too. You know, you buy one for your travel bag, you buy one for the house, you put one in the office, you put one in the car, depending on where you go to and how you need to take care of your teeth. Sometimes you go for a party and you need to,
you're
get
really
to a
determined to have white teeth. Healthy gum. Nice.
Sometimes you go and eat some fufu and abenkwa and be at some party and you have a meeting somewhere else. So if you get this Pepsodent 12 gram in your car, you can just walk into any washroom and do justice. So get the pack that suits your needs at any shop near you. And if you need dental advice, you can call a dentist for free on 0800 161 000. Pepsodent is recommended by the Ghana Dental Association, and so you can call that number toll free or call their customer care center, also toll free on 0800 200030. Get the Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, which contains micro calcium ingredients and the ultimate pro fluoride. Go get it. Pepsodent. Every smile matters.
Major
Obianka pro fluoride.
No, what's the reward?
Reward.
Apart from fighter teeth, the Obianka.
It is not part of my personal social promise to Ghanaians to say pro fluoride.
Do you work for Kwesichum? Do you work for Kwesichum? Pepsodent is Kusichum's client.
See, you know what? I'm actually very fascinated why they have to put those scientific terms in there. You know why? Because I will buy Pepsodent anyway. In Ghana, everything tastes Pepsodent too.
That's you. But other people need to be informed of the profluoride and the microcalcium ingredients.
So it's simple.
So please
try it again.
Profluoride.
Try it again.
Microcalcium ingredients. Maybe it will come out right. All right, listen, kingdomstoreonline.com is where I want you to go for the best quality office essentials, equipment, furniture, and stationery from Kingdom Books. All right, they let you pay by Momo, which is always convenient, and then they'll deliver to your home or office in very good time. If you live in Accra or Tema, you get free delivery. It's always nice to look forward to. Terms and conditions do apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks. All right, now I need you to stay where you are. We've got birthdays coming up, we've got sports, we've got Uncleable White and food for thought. All of it right here on the award-winning Super Morning Show.
The other day, I visited Kweku at his spunky new office to congratulate him on opening his business. And man, was I impressed. The business is just moving quick. The sales, customers, everything is just working seamlessly. The secret? He said,
it's MTN Business Broadband. In this fast-paced environment, we need fast and reliable internet to support all business types. No laggy online meetings, great download and upload speeds, impeccable business management systems, all inclusive. I mean, you can have it all.
Sharp! I signed on immediately.
To enable your business stay ahead and stay connected, make sure you're signed on to the best internet made just for businesses. MTN Business Broadband. Sign up today on broadband.m. Manage your account on my MTN app. Call 0244 308 111 for more information. We are good together everywhere you go.
Imagine a world where your home or business is powered by the sun's boundless energy. Picture your rooftop transformed into a solar sanctuary, radiating with eco-friendly vibes and city-saving brilliance. Well, dream no more. With Standard Chartered's renewable energy loans, you can turn this dream into a dazzling reality. And guess what? Our renewable energy loans come at very low rates. That's right, we are not just offering loans, we are offering the keys to your solar-powered kingdom. Say goodbye to high electricity bills and step into a new world where every watt generated is a step towards a brighter, more sustainable future. So if you're ready to take control of your energy destiny and switch to solar today, give us a shout on any of the following phone lines: 050-153-5789, 050-153-5790, 0244-674154. Let's chart a course for a brighter tomorrow and make your solar dreams shine brighter than ever before. Standard Chartered, here for good.
FPAC is effective for headaches and relieves the symptoms of flu, colds, and catarrh. FPAC blows away the pain associated with sore throats. During and after a hard day's work, FPAC relieves you of body pains. After the day's sports workout, FPAC helps the body to control the aching muscles. FPAC is effective against feverishness. FPAC reduces body temperature associated with malaria and other fevers. FPAC is effective against rheumatic pains. You can find FPAC in all pharmacy and chemical select shops throughout the country. FPAC is not recommended for children less than 16 years of age, ulcer and asthmatic patients, pregnant and lactating mothers. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC blows your pain away.
FPAC Junior follows in the tradition of FPAC tablets, a trusted friend to relieve your child of pain associated with teething, catarrh, cold and fever. The good that FPAC does for you, FPAC Junior does for your child. FPAC Junior is for children between 6 months and 12 years. FPAC Junior blows your child's pain away.
All right, now if it's your birthday today and you've sent us or a birthday wish for yourself or for someone else, we will do it later on the show. We promise you that, so stay tuned. Birthday messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by MTN, everywhere you go, and Bank of Africa, the African bank with global reach. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner. Now that brings us nicely to the Joy Sports Center, brought to you by
MTN.
Everywhere you go, Standard Chartered Bank, here for good. And not forgetting Franco Trading, still full
Papa.
FPAC blows your pain away, And football is all over the DSTV channels. On the you can get the FA Cup, the Europa League, the Champions League, all of it live and in HD on DSTV, your home of entertainment.
Now, MTN is making your Thursdays exciting because from now on, you get a nice 25% bonus on your first data bundle of the day when you bundle on my MTN app or use *138# this and every Thursday on MTN. So 25% bonus on your first data bundle purchase of the day. Now, that's not enough. MTN is also giving you the opportunity to get a free extra movie ticket when you pay with Momo at the Silverbird Cinemas at the Accra and West Hills Mall. For my family and friends in Osei-Krom, the Garden City, Kumasi, you get free tickets at the Golden Cinemas in the Kumasi Mall. So buy your tickets on Thursdays at Silverbird and the Garden City Mall and get free movie tickets. So your movie dates are now sorted. So bundle on my MTN or *138# and make the best of your 25% first data bundle discount. And visit the cinemas, use Momo, get the extra free ticket every Thursday.
At Standard Chartered, we believe it's essential to take the right steps towards achieving financial stability. Now is the perfect opportunity to set your financial goals and start on the right path. An input from a professional can make the difference. At Standard Chartered Wealth Management Limited Company, you have access to a wide range of investment options that offer you monthly and half-yearly interest payments through diversified investment portfolios. You can call 0233 000041 or 0200 127755 or visit them on the 4th floor of the Opebia House, Airport, Accra today and speak to their certified investment advisors on what options suit your financial objectives and risk appetite.
All right, now don't forget, Franco Trading is the best place for every type of phone you could imagine, whether it's a Nokia, Samsung, iPhone, or maybe you want a smart TV from 32 to 100 inches. It's all available. You can get Franco air conditioners from 1.5 to 2.5 horsepower, chest freezers, as well as refrigerators, washing machines, microwaves, blenders, CCTV cameras with some great features. And you can get all of this at up to 40% discount when you shop on their digital platforms. Here's what you do. You call 0246 422 338 or just download the Franco app from the Google Play Store. You can also go to francotrading.com to learn more. Franco, still phone papa pafi achu
Kojo Arsenal wa yawa. Good morning and welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Center with me, Victor Achutamaklu. Coming up,
Brad Scalia. Well, Partey's been caught here. It's Hakimi. Oh, great goal! It's a brilliant finish. It's 2-1 on the night. Paris Saint-Germain are into the final. They will face Inter Milan in Munich in the final.
PSG complete the double over Arsenal to book their spot in the final of this season's Champions League, where they will face Inter Milan. We'll look back on that action as well as look ahead to tonight's Europa League second leg semi-final games. But first, President John Dramani Mahama has disclosed that officials have been questioned over their roles in the 2023 African Games scandal. He made the revelation last night during a briefing on his first 120 days social contract with Ghanaians. The games, held in Accra in March last year, were tainted by allegations of financial mismanagement and potential corruption, with up to $245 million allegedly spent on the event.
A cornerstone of our commitment to good governance and accountability is tackling corruption and eliminating waste. I promise to initiate inquiries and forensic audits into several critical matters of public interest. This war against corruption continues unabated. A number of officials have been invited and questioned concerning the 13th African Games.
Well, earlier this month, former Sports Minister Mustafa Yusuf was interrogated by the National Investigation Bureau, but it was unclear if the questioning was related to the African Games expenditure. From Mustafa Yusuf, we now turn our attention to his successor, Kofi Adams, who's encouraging other federations to follow the Ghana Football Association's example and make their bodies more impactful. Currently, 46 sporting federations are registered under the National Sports Authority, but their relevance has been a topic of debate, with many asking whether they truly deserve their status as recognized federations.
The story of GFA should guide all of us as to what we must do with our federations. We need to live here knowing very well that football just didn't get the attention it's getting, but something happened. Something happened to give it that attention. It didn't wake up one morning and then it started getting the attention it's getting. What happened, we need to learn and see how we can bring this to happen in our federations. There's a saying in my village that when you are an orphan, when parents are advising their children, you stand behind the window and listen. So you take a cue because you are an orphan.
Sports and Recreation Minister Kofi Adams speaking earlier at the stakeholder engagement organized by the ministry for all the federation heads. Athletics next, and the president of the Ghana Athletics, Ba Fuseni, he's admitted that Ghana has not supported the preparations of Ghana's contingent for the 2025 World Relays in China, but he claims they do not lack motivation knowing what is at stake for the team, including qualifying for this year's World Championships.
The athletes themselves want to qualify for the World Championship, and once they've gotten into the first 8, there's prize money attached to it. Even though we've not given them the best preparation we could have given them, but they are still also in school, training with the school team, getting support from the school team. But we are just, it's difficult to say, but in terms of federation support, it has been minimal. What we get them a ticket, get them accommodation, get them those things that will make them comfortable at the competition. But in terms of the preparation, because they are in school, we allow the school system to help them prepare very, very well. If they were out of school, that would have been a major issue.
Ba Fuseni is president of Ghana Athletics, and he spoke exclusively to Joy Sports. Now, the World Relays itself is scheduled for Saturday in Guangzhou, China, and will end on Sunday. We do wish our athletes the best of luck, and by athletes I mean Barnabas Ageh, Ibrahim Fuseni, Joseph Polamwa, Sean Safuentry. He returns to the team after an injury kept him out of action for the most part of last year. Subsequently, he missed the Paris Olympic Games, and of course Mustafa Bokpin. He's part of the team now, with Benjamin Azamati sitting out to prepare for the World Championships. Let's talk football next, where Hatsavok and Black Stars goalkeeper Benjamin Asare has been gifted a brand new car by Alhaji Seidu Agongo, the chief executive officer of the Class Media Group. The gesture was made on Wednesday at the club's commercial center in Accra, following a viral video that sparked widespread support for the player. In March, he made the headlines after he was seen commuting in the front seat of a commercial vehicle popularly known as Trotsky or Trotro, shortly after his Black Stars debut. Here's Alhaji Agongo explaining his gesture to the Black Stars goalkeeper.
Called him the national asset because he represents Ghana in all aspects, because the fact is that we need that sense of patriotism, so that once you stand in for the country, you stand in for the president, the chiefs, and the people of Ghana, and we all need to be encouraged. When I saw the video, I was very disheartened, because someone who represents the country internationally, he shouldn't be joining Trotro. Yes, we have to see how best we can encourage him, motivate him for him to do his best.
Well, let's talk about Hearts of Oak's rivals, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, shall we? Because they could end the season with 2 titles. The league, where they are 3 points behind leaders Nations FC, or the MTN FA Cup. But the clear path to silverware lies in the FA Cup, because if they win their 2 remaining matches, they automatically take the cup. Kotoko are currently led by Karim Zito, who belongs to an exclusive class of coaches who have won the competition both as a player and a coach. Zito won the FA Cup twice in a 9-year spell as a player of Asante Kotoko before leading Dreams FC to the title as head coach in 2023. If he's successful, he become one of the few coaches to have won the competition with 2 different clubs. He's up against Samuel Buedu, another history-making coach seeking to enhance an already remarkable history. That semi-final is on Sunday at the Takwai Bosso Park, Kotoko taking on Brickroom Chelsea, and as I've said, there will be live commentary of that game on Joy 99.7 FM. Meanwhile, the Black Starlights will take on the Central African Republic in their final Group C game of the 2025 Under-20 Africa Cup of Nations at 3 p.m. later today. Ghana are second in the group with 4 points, same as leaders DR Congo, and a draw will be enough to see the team through to the quarter final. Let's move the conversation on to the UEFA Champions League. Right, Paris Saint-Germain, they held off a strong early challenge from Arsenal to secure a 2-1 second leg win on Wednesday, booking their place in this season's final. Goals from Fabian Ruiz and Achraf Hakimi sealed a 3-1 aggregate victory, while a series of crucial assists from Donnarumma kept the Gunners at bay. Speaking after the game, Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta claimed the better team lost the tie.
100%. I don't think there's been a better team in the competition so far, what I've seen. But we are out tonight. We deserve much more, I think, in both games. But this competition is about the boxes, and in the boxes there are normally the strikers most of the time, and a goalkeeper, and he was the best player in both games.
Do you think the best team lost this tie?
I think so, yeah. Especially for 160 minutes. I'm saying that, and they are saying that because they just told me that.
Meanwhile, PSG boss Luis Enrique took aim at the description of Ligue 1 as Farmers League after beating Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal and Aston Villa en route to the final.
It means a lot, a lot. Everybody is dreaming with getting a Champions League final, and our first goal when we arrived to Paris was to making history, and we are in the right path. The League of Farmers, no? We are the League of Farmers, but sometimes, yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I think now we are enjoying the not only the results, but also the compliments of everybody speaking about our team.
Luis Enrique speaking his truth there. They will take on Inter Milan in the final on the 31st of May. You can watch that game with us at the Aviation Social Center during the finale of the Hits FM Rep Your Jersey event. Man United, they will aim to see through a 3-0 advantage against Athletic Club in the reverse fixture of the Europa League semi-final at Old Trafford. Tottenham also play away to Bodo Glimt in the second Europa semi. Spurs lead the tie 3-1 on aggregates. That should end the Joy Sports Center with me, Victor Achutama Club. Back to you, Winston and Kojo Yankson and Kojo Akoto for the rest of the conversation. But good morning to all the Arsenal fans out there. We do hope that you're able to pick yourself up, dust the defeats of all the bad vibes and the disappointment from last night. As Patrice Evra said, next season we'll be here for Netflix FC.
Oh goodness. Unfortunately
for us now, the Ankoye is not a current state of affairs. It is a perpetual state.
Oh Charlie. Hey, being an Arsenal fan, full-time job. Anyway, it's time now for Food for Thought, and that is brought to us, of course, every day by Roverman Productions. Be the difference, as well as Koba, our lives simplified. Uncle Ibu, good morning. Yes, oh. Oh, I really had wanted to celebrate with them today. It was my I prepared to celebrate with Arsenal. I'm very sad.
How come your nose is shaking?
I've got a slight touch of Pinocchioitis.
Yeah, with every word you said, your nose got longer. I'm going to do something that I know somebody will not like.
Oh.
You and I know that Mr. Kwesi Chum does not like to be featured. But we are celebrating 30 years of Joy FM and multimedia, and we can't tell that story without him. So, Mr. Chum, I'm going to do something you may not like, but please bear with me. Kojo, on Monday, in celebration of the 30th anniversary of Joy FM, I brought you my Joy FM story. Today, I bring you part 2 of the story, and it is all about one man, Mr. Kwesi Chum. I've worked for Mr. Chum for 28 years as the presenter of the Rover Report, now Food for Thought, and at one point as the producer of Christian programs on Joy FM. Over the years, I have watched and learned from him in how to grow and to build and grow a business. So this morning, I want to share with you business and management lessons I have picked from the man who is regarded as one of the top 5 CEOs in Ghana. Here we go. Lesson number 1.
Be willing to start small. According to the Multimedia Group website, Mr. Chum owns and manages 6 radio brands, a West Africa-wide multi-channel digital television service, and 7 online digital media properties as market leaders. But it all began with just one radio station, Joy FM. If he had waited till everything was in place to start with the 6 radio brands and the digital TV and the online platforms, I'm sure he would never have started. A lot of people have big dreams, but they refuse to see the truth in the Chinese adage that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with just one step. There is power in starting small, and Mr. Chum is proof of that. Lesson number 2, immerse yourself fully in your business. Kojo, there's a common mistake that wannabe entrepreneurs make. They do not immerse themselves fully in their businesses, especially in the early days. No business can grow and achieve its fullest potential without the founder giving it his fullest attention. Mr. Chum has succeeded in growing Multimedia Group to this level because he was fully immersed in the business. He was always on hand and he paid very close attention to whatever and whoever was on air. If something went wrong on Joy FM in those days, you did not have to look for Mr. Chum to tell him about it. He would be looking for you to demand explanation and answers. Running a business, as Steve Jobs said, takes an insane amount of hard work and sacrifice. Lesson number 3, make it your business to understand your business. In other words, be a student of your business. Be the most knowledgeable of your business. Mr. Chum is a graduate of economics, which is very different from the very specialized and technical business of radio. Fully aware of this, Mr. Chum not only surrounded himself with those who have the requisite knowledge and experience, but he made himself a student of not just the business side of radio, but of the technical side as well. He read widely. He attended radio conferences abroad. He invested in acquiring as much insight and knowledge and exposure in radio and in media as possible. He made it his business to understand his business. And this is where a lot of entrepreneurs fail. They do not make it their business to understand the ins and outs of their business. Lesson number 4, be willing to take hard decisions. A lot of businesses fail or flounder because the boss did not have the guts to take the hard decisions that needed to be taken, especially on the human resource front. Whipping people into line is not easy. Puncturing the ego of staff members who think they are doing this company a favor is not easy. Letting go of high-profile staff who have become a liability to the company and to the harmony of the team is not easy. But these have to be done, and done decisively, or the company struggles and good staff lose morale. Mr. Chum was always nice, but he never failed to take the hard decisions that needed to be taken, and in so doing, kept the company going from strength to strength. Number 5, train and mentor your staff. I will always celebrate the late Komla Dumont for how exceptional he was. He was by far the best who ever sat behind the console in the studio. And Komla worked hard to make it look easy. But the truth is, Komla, the online personality, was quote-unquote created and not born. He came to the job, of course he came to the job with incredible natural talents, but there are others who have those talents but never make an impact like he did. And I had a front row seat in how Komla was molded into the fantastic radio presenter he became. And the person who did the molding was Mr. Kwesi Chum. The discovery of Komla was born out of a disaster. And the disaster was that the ace presenter of the morning show, of the Super Morning Show, resigned out of the blue. There was a huge vacuum that needed to be filled, and filled very quickly. Mr. Chum gambled on Komna and spent a lot of time mentoring and investing in him to get him the necessary exposure and knowledge. And thank God, Komna was more than a willing student, and the rest is history. And Mr. Chum managed to work the same miracle or the same magic with a wonderful young man who is now Honorable Kojo Yankson. Mr. Chum has demonstrated that the entrepreneur has to be an inspiration and mentor to his staff as well. And after 28 years, he still remains my mentor in business and the mentor of almost everyone working within the multimedia group and who has ever worked within the multimedia group. And number 6, stay simple. A lot of entrepreneurs change their lifestyles and adopt expensive lifestyles as their businesses begin to flourish. Eventually, their newly adopted lifestyles take a heavy toll on the business and stifle its growth. The entrepreneurs who make it manage to stay simple and maintain their simple lifestyles. Mr. Chum typifies this valuable lesson in growing a business, and in this, he is in the company of the likes of Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and many others. So, to wannabe entrepreneurs, stay simple as a person so your business can grow and prosper. Don't compete with your business for money. Your business needs money to grow, and you also need money for social purposes, but don't compete with your business for money. If you do, you will win, but your business will die. So stay simple and don't compete with your business for money. And Kojo, those are just 6 of the many lessons I have picked from the example of Mr. Kwesi Chum as a leader and as an entrepreneur. I thank God for the life of this man who for 28 years has given me a platform on which to serve my generation with the little God has blessed me. May the good Lord continue to bless and preserve his life and his work and his vision. And I hope that is my presentation for this morning.
Wawulu. I know how Katie will feel about being put on blast like that, but you are so right that there's nobody more deserving of it than he. You know that last point you made. We can't celebrate. Sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, that last point you made about keeping things simple. People don't know that Katie, like yourself, actually, Uncle Ibu, you're another example, doesn't have a phone. Doesn't have a mobile phone. If you want to reach him, pray that you have his driver's number or his wife's number. Otherwise, forget it. But he remembers to call almost everybody he knows on important days, birthdays, and so forth. You know, he told me a story.
Yeah.
Not so long after, Joy FM took off and started, really making an impact. He went to a funeral, and he went in his wife's car. Auntie Esther is, a very accomplished woman in her own right. And she had a rather and she had a rather nice car. And Katie went to a funeral driving that car. He bumped into one of Joy FM's clients, the owner of a company that advertises on Joy. And the person saw him get out of his car and said, "Hey, is that your car? Looks like we are paying you too much for these adverts."
Yeah. Yes.
And he tells me he tells me that was a big moment for him when he realized how important appearances are and how people the expectation people have of how you should behave when they are when they are paying you for a service. Yeah.
When you depend on the largesse of people, be careful.
Yeah.
Be very careful. All right, Kojo.
Thank you so much, Uncle Ibu. Much appreciated.
Have a fantastic week, and as usual, be a good boy.
I'll work on it. And that was Uncle Boateng with Food for Thought, brought to you by Roveman Productions and Korba. And of course, it returns on Monday for more. Right now, though, it's time for the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG, we stand with you, and Anointed Engineering Services, the generator experts.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana, we stand with you, and Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts. President Mahama is insisting that the city's current stability and slowdown in inflation can be linked to prudent economic policies being implemented by his government. Meanwhile, Akoto has expressed worry about government's flagship initiative, the 24-hour economy, warning it will hit a snag if the cost of utility tariffs continues to rise. Government statistician Dr. Hassan Idrisu is warning that global supply chain disruptions may affect Ghana's inflation target if government neglects the happenings on the international market. Elsewhere, Downing Street says Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer will make an announcement about a deal with the US on tariffs later today. And that's the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana, we stand with you, and Anointed Engineering Services, the generator experts.
The super
back. There's so much more to come on the Super Morning Show, but it starts with this.
Are you an individual trader looking to expand your business? Then look no further. The Consolidated Bank Ghana Solo Loan is the perfect financial boost for you. Access a loan up to 200,000 Ghana cedis with no collateral required and repay conveniently within 12 months. The Consolidated Bank Ghana Solo Loan is designed to support your daily operations and ensure the uninterrupted cash flow of your business. Sign up for the Consolidated Bank Ghana Solo Loan today and take your business to the next level. Experience a quick and easy process when you apply. Remember, no collateral is required. For further inquiries, visit any Consolidated Bank Ghana branch nationwide or call 0302216,000 or via our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Or you can also email them talk@cbg.com.gh. Terms and conditions definitely apply. CBG will stand with you.
And Anointed Engineering Services is into sales of ultra silent fuel efficient diesel generating sets. And their sets range from 5 kVA to 3000 kVA at competitive prices. Last night, around midnight, my lights went off and I was like, yeah, could you call Anointed and get a generator? Now, for every generator you acquire, you will enjoy 5-year warranty. They also undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generating sets. And their services include, but not limited to, 24-hour emergency services, sale of genuine spare parts, reliable rental services, professional advice, sales of tower lights and rentals, and they've opened the latest branch at Pokuase, at the Pokuase White House, opposite the Echo Block, and they also have a head office at Anointed number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic lights. Around the country, there are 21 branches, so go anywhere you see Anointed and get the best solutions when it comes to generators, servicing, and related matters. They also do training as well, so call them on 024 3480 054 010 9493. Anointed, the generator experts.
All right, now listen, keep your messages coming through. Send voice notes as well if you want. We want your assessment of the president's we want your reactions to the president's assessment of his 120-day performance. Okay, Felix Kwachofosu joins us shortly, and we certainly want to be able to put your thoughts to him for consideration. So send them through. Use the hashtag JoySMS when you post on X, or you can WhatsApp us on 055 1111 997. We love voice notes. Send a few of those as well. We'll play them back right here. Same number, 055 1111 997. Social media messages on the Super Morning Show are brought to you by EcoBank, a better way, a better Africa, and number 10 liver salts, a refreshing relief.
And this is very important. EcoBank Ghana wishes to inform our valued shareholders and the general public that the 2025 annual general meeting, initially scheduled for May 9, 2025, has been postponed. The new date is Thursday, June 12, 2025. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience this change may cause. Shareholders may contact the registrar for any inquiry on this, and you can call the numbers 0302 668 712 or 05065928181 or 0244 358514. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Won't be a minute. Stay with us.
EcoBank Mobile, they make me say, oh yeah. EcoBank Mobile, they make me crazy. Download it and use it. It gon' make your life so easy, yeah. Oh yeah, download it. You go enjoy it. Hit my Brahmin chain. Hit my Brahmin chain. Come make a download them for you. Cause you can pay bills, you can buy credit, you can pay school fees, even chest tights with the Apple. EcoBank Apple.
Life is easy with the EcoBank mobile app. You can pay your bills, transfer to and from mobile wallet, virtual card creation, transfer to other banks, express account opening, scan and pay, express cash, all at your fingertips with the EcoBank mobile app. You know, it's 5-star life with EcoBank. Kim promise.
We shouldn't have gone to that party.
Masa, my head is killing me.
Is that your stomach?
Yes.
What did you eat?
I don't know.
Get rid of your gastric problems with number 10 liver salt. Number 10 gives you quick, effective relief from nausea, indigestion, heartburns, hangovers, and hyperacidity. And with different fruity flavors such as orange and lemon, it's a pretty tasty way to end an uncomfortable situation. Number 10 liver salt from Ernest Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
This advert has been vetted and approved by FDA. Are you tired of rising fuel costs and frequent service and maintenance draining your budget? Are you a transport business thinking of the best eco-friendly and cost-saving option for a car? Then switch to the Serial Nano 3 electric vehicle. The Serial Nano 3 EV is proudly marketed and distributed in Ghana by Anointed Engineering Services Limited. The sleek Serial Nano 3 electric vehicle, with its advanced technology and high performance, emits zero emissions because it does not run on fossil fuels. No need to worry about a charging station because you can charge your Serial at home directly by plugging into the socket. The Serial Nano 3 electric vehicle offers unmatched comfort, interior design, fast charging, long-lasting battery, and a portable digital ultra-silent genset for backup charging no matter your power situation anywhere. Visit our brand new and ultra-modern showrooms in Accra and Kumasi. In Kumasi, Asukwa, in front of the TAT yard on the Ak Mayanka Road. Call our hotlines on 0544 340589 and 0243 480 334. Anointed also stocks genuine spare parts and delivers after-sales services 24/7 for our Serial Nano 3 EVs. The Serial Nano 3 electric vehicle. Experience a legacy of luxury modernized. Serial EV. Go electric.
All right, it's the Super Morning Show on Joy. You're welcome back. And we're about to get into our big stories. And today, our guest is Felix Kwakye Ofosu. He is the president's spokesperson. He's the Minister of State responsible for government communications. And he's already been talking about the president's 120 days. And he, clarified yesterday on PM Express that he would consider the president to have scored about 75% in his performance against the laid down promises. Today we'll explore those. We are interested in the impact of the delivery of these promises, right? And of course, we want to know what to expect in the next 120 days as well, right? Yes, it's good to have things to be measured against.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the president got a lot of admiration from Ghanaians when he laid down these 25, 26, promises, if you will, and called on Ghanaians to hold him to account, right? And that's what we intend to do today. But by and large, it seems Ghanaians are impressed, right?
I mean, to have that capacity, that nerve as a leader or leader of a particular government at a particular time, assuring people that you can hold me accountable, a self-imposed timeline is quite admirable, because beyond the campaign promises, which Ghanaians will always reference you to, it's important that if you give yourself these timelines, we as a people can always go back and reference. And yesterday, one of the things that I thought I should be asking government spokesperson when he comes would be the nuances of the Women's Bank, especially, so that we're not waking up to another NIB or another ADB, particularly because women who really engage in business in this country, a large part of them are in the informal sector. Kojo, the data would suggest that a large part of them are informal. And so if you're setting up a bank, just on the face of it, I like to think that it will be those in the formal sector that will be easily accessing these financial support that the bank is seeking to give to women in businesses or in entrepreneurial skill that they find themselves in. So one thing I will be looking out for is, beyond setting up the fund or setting aside some money to start the women's banking, what measures are they putting in place that it is very accessible for that woman in Mangwasi as well, who wants to start her business, a small kiosk and all of that? Is this one of those that hopefully will not end up like ADB, NIB, which they themselves would admit that it has challenges? That's one other thing. Again, maybe we may look at the money or the support beyond the first year or the admission fee that the government is looking to pay for first year students, so that we don't have a lot of people going into the tertiary level, but continuity of it will be a problem. They're looking to use the SNIT to cushion it, but even that, the current one is supporting a particular number of persons. Would this mean that by the time the first years were going into level 200, the SNIT then would be widening up? They would be able to cushion a lot more people, the entry level that we're going to be seeing today. And so, he can score 100%. I don't mind. But beyond the 100%, we'll take it one by one and look at how it would impact us. Yeah.
Mr. Akoto.
Yeah, so I'm looking at a lot of the things. For example, the bit about the National Ghana Medical Trust Fund. I think it's a great thing. There have been people who believe that we have the NHIS, so there was no need to have created the Ghana Medical Trust Fund. We should have reorganized the NHIA in a way that it could take care of those things. And there are people who believe that, well, a Ghana Medical Trust Fund to focus on specific things with its own bill and law is also necessary, so that they will keep their focus there while the NHIA looks at what they are doing. He mentioned that a short code has been put together to start raising funds for the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, which is *255#. I have tried it this morning. It works. But my thing is, we have launched it. Parliament is yet to go through the bill and approve it for us to see how we are going to deal with this. It would be great to see what is in that bill. It would be great to have general consultations with the people to see how we are going to deal with this. I'm saying this because already the president is asking us to donate into the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, which is nicknamed Mahama Cares. It would be great to have wide consultations on this, because even with NHI, at a point we tried to do different things under NHI capitation. We piloted it in the Ashanti region. I remember interviewing officials of NHI way back on that. We couldn't roll it out properly across the country. And stuff that have got to do with money that goes into problems that we are not solving. Because for a lot of the diseases that the Ghana Medical Trust Fund is going to deal with, we are not putting in place preventative strategies to deal with them. So it means that we must have a fund which is always being resourced to take care of these things. So I want to hear from the government. We are doing this anyway to deal with present diseases.
Right.
But these are the other strategies we are putting in place to ensure that a lot of the chronic diseases that we are dealing with now will reduce their incidence or we prevent them.
Makes sense.
I want complete solutions. It's great to have this because as we speak, even today, Ghanaian Times, which should be focused on getting us news, has had to set up a fund to raise money to help people with all these chronic diseases.
Yeah.
Radio stations do this. People so it's great that we are having a national approach to it, but the solution should be a complete one. So beyond the Medical Trust Fund, let's see what's in the bill. Let's see what the Ministry of Health is actually going to do to prevent a lot of these things, so that fund will not end up being a troubled fund, which requires so much money and is not getting money as like another creation, which is not giving us the results.
Quickly, I just want to clarify that what I meant would be the Student Loan Trust Fund,
That's
which
right.
usually will be used to cushion the students. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now, this is all to be discussed much further when we're joined by Felix Kwachu-Fusu on Big Stories, brought to you by Telecel, connecting energies.
And Telecel Cash is your secure and convenient cash platform. They are still offering you the lowest charges ever. And if you want to send money from Telecel Cash to Telecel Cash on the Telecel Play app, it is free, no charges. So whether you are paying school fees or sending cash to your favorite people or donating money to Mahama Cares, just send the keke. Remember, you can make payment to all other networks anywhere cash transfer is accepted as a means of payment. Dial *110# or download the Telecel Play app today. Now send the keke. Telecel.
More on Telecel, and then the show continues after these.
Auntie T, abeg, fix me gobetete Ghana. No garri, no oil, no plantain, just beans then eggs.
Hey, brah, that be dangerous combination, no.
Problem no day. I fit handle am.
For Telecel, we dey bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, you fit get your own data and call packages. Fala! Made For Me bundles like the way you dey want them. That *530#, then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Are you 16 to 27 years old? Employers aren't just after degrees anymore. Stay relevant. Apply to DTI, Ghana's top TVET institution. We offer cutting-edge programs like precision welding and fabrication, design innovation and entrepreneurship, with hands-on training to prepare you for real-world challenges. Join us and succeed in industries like manufacturing, construction and technology. At DTI, you'll learn by doing in a supportive environment. Be inspired by success stories of TVET graduates thriving in diverse fields. Visit dtiafrica.com or call 054-169-3534. Pick up admissions forms at our campus in Mimpasem, East Legon. DTI, wired for jobs.
Building or renovating? Look no further. At Interface Limited, we have everything you need to create stunning spaces.
Transform your interiors with our top quality plasterboards, acoustic ceilings, and cement boards.
Step into style with our exquisite laminate and engineered floors. And for your data centers, durable raised access floors.
Elevate your outdoor spaces with our WPC decking and fencing.
Protect your home with our beautiful and reliable roof shingles, insulation, canopies, and PVC fascia boards.
Add a touch of elegance with our beautiful POP cornices and roses.
Quality, affordability, and style all in one place. Building a better Ghana, one space at a time. Visit www.interfacelimited.net or call 0274 999 999. Welcome to Spintex Plaza, where living and working blend seamlessly.
Spintex Plaza, the place to be. Furnished apartments feel so free.
Imagine coming home to a luxurious furnished apartment with everything you need.
Rooftop pool, swim under the sky. Rooftop bar where the good times fly. Rooftop gym, get fit and strong. Spintex Plaza, you can't go wrong.
Spintex Plaza, your home, your work, your lifestyle. Come see us today or call us on 0241 327 363. www.spintexplaza.net.
Ah, my little ones, gather around. Once upon a time in the heart of Accra, a man in his fancy car sought directions. But oh, the Ghanaian way.
Hello, bro. Good afternoon. Can you please show me where the Presby Church is? Go straight. 10 left at the big mango tree with the broken branches with most of the mangoes falling. Ask there. Anybody will show you.
And when the Black Stars take to the field, every Ghanaian becomes a coach. The sacred cue for our beloved Gobe. As you wait patiently, rehearsing the perfect vibes. These, my dear ones, are some few moments that make our Ghana truly special. And as we share these stories, let us also remember a plate of lily rice, connecting our hearts through the flavors of our culture. Special moments are worth celebrating with lily rice. Lily rice, yenimno free tete. This advert is FDA approved.
One night, one stage, one nation's heartbeat, as all the stars in Ghana align to celebrate the biggest night in Ghanaian music, the 26th Telecel Ghana Music Awards. Live, unfiltered, unforgettable, with Kim Promise, Stoneboy, Kweku Smoke, Empress Gifty, Kim Paluta, Famiye, Adina, Beast Trap, Titi Owusu, AEC, Molly, and more.
Live at the Grand Arena, Saturday, May 10th at 7 p.m.
Tickets going fast. 500 Ghana cedis and 700 Ghana cedis at Charter House, or dial star 713 star 33 star 00 hash. For limited VVIP, call 050-128-8520 now. The 26th Telecel Ghana Music Awards, produced by Charter House, with support from Guinness, TV3, British Council, Closer, KPMG, media partners, and proudly sponsored by Telecel, Connected Energy.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has launched the Blue Water Initiative to restore our water bodies in collaboration with the Ministry of Environment. This initiative aims to train and deploy Blue Water Guards to monitor and protect critical water bodies and prevent further pollution. At the same time, experts are working to clean up our polluted rivers. The Tree for Life Reforestation Initiative was also launched on March 21st, 2025, to restore degraded lands and combat climate change. This project aims to plant over 20 million seedlings annually nationwide, including through the One Child Per Tree policy to inculcate environmental consciousness in our youths. We promise to ban illegal and new mining activities in forest reserves and roll out our Tree for Life and Blue Water initiatives to heal and sustainably harness our environment. In the first 120 days, we've taken decisive action through a 5-pronged strategy to overhaul and sanitize the mining sector. This includes regulatory reforms and strengthening the law enforcement, including joint task forces, arrests and seizures of mining equipment, stakeholder collaboration, reclamation of degraded lands. 7 out of 9 forest reserves have been reclaimed. Illegal miners have been flushed out of these forest reserves.
So that's what the president had to say about his performance in the area of Galamsey, right? It's just one of the promises that were made as part of this 120-day social contract. All right, we'll be speaking to government spokespersons on that in a short while. But just before that, let me remind you that we all want a little more. Yes, a little more sleep, a little more butter on our bread, but you know what, it's because we all know that more is always better. Take Nee for example. Now he's living a life of more with the ABSA Ultimate account, which is not just a banking product, but it is Nee's chance to have more. Now with the Ultimate account from ABSA, you get retrenchment insurance, okay, with a cover of up to 50,000 Ghana cedis. You get hospital cashback benefits. You get access to seamless digital solutions, plus travel insurance of 1 million Ghana cedis and over 30 other benefits, all through this account. You want more? Well, of course you do, because more is always better. Sign up for the Ultimate account today and get more. Your story matters. ABSA.
Yes, and if you are ready to simplify your shipping experience, DHL Express is giving you that solution. You can ship anywhere across the world. If you are sending personal official documents, gift items, paintings, cosmetics, clothing, dried fish, processed foods, or you're importing from Asia, Europe, the UK, the US, or anywhere in Africa, talk to DHL Express. All you have to do is to contact any of their main service points or individual outlets across the country. Your shipment will be processed whether inbound or outbound, and with real-time tracking, you always know where your package is. It's that simple. So call them on 0244 485 176 and 05711 to learn more about their Express Easy service. Or visit the website dhl.com. DHL, excellence simply delivered.
And are you ready to dream, dare, and deliver in the world of IT? Look no further than Jackson Institute of Technology, the only NIIT authorized training center in Ghana. At JIT, we provide world-class IT training for individuals and corporate organizations, equipping you with industry-relevant skills in software development, cybersecurity, networking, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, digital marketing, and more. We offer globally recognized certifications, practical job training, ready training, and flexible hybrid learning options, which allows you to study online or on site. Our expert instructors ensure hands-on learning experiences that prepare you for success in today's digital world. Conveniently located on the Ring Road near Circle in the heart of Accra's Central Business District, and in Kumasi Jackson Educational Complex HQ Idasi near KNUST. JIT provides easy access for students and corporate clients. For state-of-the-art auditorium is also available for corporate events, seminars, and training sessions. You can call or send them a WhatsApp message on 0596 996 037 or 0596 996 038 or 055 271 4635. You can visit them as well at www.jit.edu.gh. JIT, your gateway to a thriving IT career.
All right, then, let's get into our conversation. And first of all, Felix Wachiofosu, the Minister of State in charge of Government Communications and Presidential Spokesperson, sends his apologies. An emergency has taken him off to other duties. But he has sent us his able deputy spokesperson to help us with this conversation. We're very happy to have Shamima Muslim join us. Shamima, good morning.
Good morning, Kojo.
I feel like I should be saying...
You say he has sent his deputy, so you give me deputy questions and reserve the minister questions to him.
Please. When when they gave you the post, you said thank you, Mebwa. So let's.
No, honestly,
So you would deputize.
Must play by their assignment.
Well, we appreciate you making the time to speak to us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we all listened to the president yesterday. We've also heard from Felix Kwachiofosu on PM Express last night.
Yes.
And it would appear that many people are quite happy with the president's performance. There are some of the items on the list, however, that I think everyone agrees have not yet been done. Maybe we can start with an update on those and when we can expect some movement on them. We have a list of them here. I think we'll share the list and then we'll get into it with you.
The first from our research would be review taxes on imported vehicles and equipment for industry and agri. Second one will be review Customs Act to allow salvaged vehicle imports as well, and restructure loss-making SOEs for profitability. We acknowledge that he mentioned about the SOEs as well yesterday, but the fourth one will be streamline government scholarship administration, and finally purge security agencies of militia vigilante elements. Those are the five from our research.
All right. So, Shamima, shall we start with the first one?
Yes. So the levies on vehicles and equipment, and just so to also say that the way we have to view the promises within the 120-day contract is not to say that these promises are an end. So even for those that have been done, the results and impact are medium to long term, really, because the whole mandate is a 4-year mandate. The 120 social contract was to communicate very clearly, very early, the commitment to an urgency and to show the beginning of a reset agenda through the foundational actions that we were committing under His Excellency's leadership to undertake. So from forming a lean government to all the others that we have gone through that have actually come on board, they are just to communicate the commitment of a new government that is relying heavily on experience and the urgency that it can't be business as usual if we are to reset the economy and really reset the country. So on to the first concern about the levy. We have tagged this particular action as in progress because government has indeed initiated the review of taxes and levies on the vehicles and the equipment imported for industrial and agricultural purposes. And the assessment is currently in progress because it's a very comprehensive assessment that needs to be done with key stakeholders all agreeing to the modalities and the framework for accessing. So we are hoping that the report and assessment would inform our policy decisions in our upcoming fiscal framework. And the findings would then be incorporated into the 2025 mid-year budget review. So if nothing is being done, by this time we will not have anything to report, and that will be problematic. But the work is ongoing, and some of these works are deep work. They don't lend themselves to easy fixes. There are meetings upon meetings, engagements upon engagements, discussions at cabinet level to agree on the key modalities and the best, sets of options to deploy so that the intent behind the policy is achieved. So that is our answer to this particular matter. It is in course and in progress. So we will not describe it as having not been done.
Okay. You know that this exercise is really about accountability. That's why the president, made these promises and asked us to hold him to account. So perhaps you can give us some detail just to demonstrate when you say that it is in progress, to demonstrate tangibly that it's in progress. So who has been put in charge of it? When did they last meet? What are some of the action points that they are carrying out? Can you share some detail with us to
I wouldn't have those
this?
details because the implementing agency is also the Transport Ministry and the Trade Ministry, and a few sectorial ministers are on this task. So I wouldn't have information about when they met, how they met, but if you've asked, we're going to also get that information. And since the conversations are ongoing, we'll come back to you with evidence of work in progress.
Okay, let's move on to the next one, which is...
Next one will be Review Customs Act to allow salvaged vehicle imports.
Which number was that, so that I...
Well, this is our research, not particularly...
on the list, it would have been number what? Let me check. I have to look it up for you, Shamima. Because
I want to follow.
Right.
Because you've done your assessment, and we also have our assessment, so I need to be clear which one.
Yeah, understood. Well, I mean, while I'm looking up the specific number for you, the detail of it is that you were going to set things up so that salvage vehicles can be brought in, particularly for those who sell spare parts to benefit.
Okay, so if it's not listed as done, it will be work in progress, and the same explanation with all the others that are in progress is what will apply to that one as well.
Okay, so
because all from our assessment, we have 25. We have assessed that 20 have been fully implemented and 5 are in progress. And even as at last night, His Excellency gave us further information about some of the actions being taken on those that are in progress. So we would even be updating our list today.
Okay, well then I suppose the response to all of these 5 will be in progress, but you will have to provide the detail later.
As you have requested.
Right? Okay, now let's go to some of the ones that, well, the President says you know you've taken action on, but we're comparing the President's description of action to the reality on the ground. Galamsey is an example of this. Okay, so the actual promise for Galamsey, I think, was number 19, if I'm remembering correctly. Number 19, which said, and I quote, ban illegal.
Before that, I know you mentioned about the initiative to purge the security agencies of militia and vigilante elements.
Yes.
So if I can, we have actually listed that as done, even though under your assessment you would think it's not. So just to go through the actions that have been taken in this regard is to communicate, as the President also did yesterday, is that there's a worrying trend where so-called disbanded militia and vigilante groups have found their way into state security agencies, and so sometimes the outlook of those elements are not in tandem with what the approach or the outlook of a professional security officer should be. So we've had reports even from you where you say people in the past, you will never know who's a national security officer who is working and operating within our common, spaces. But you go to places and people will be brandishing their national security, status. So that was obviously an ideological departure from what a true professional, security apparatus should look like. So among some of the several initiatives that have been taken is to establish a board of inquiry to investigate recent recruitment processes, and the objective really is to identify the discrepancies and implement some corrective measures generally.
Right.
The other initiatives include having a thorough background check for both new and serving personnel, and a mandatory ideological reorientation sessions to reinforce military neutrality, national unity, and constitutional loyalty. Why it's important is because you may have found your way in the national security apparatus through whatever means they are. If you meet some of these other indicators, it will not matter what your political ideology is. But once you find yourself in the sector, you must have a shift regarding who you now owe fidelity to. It is not the person who has brought you in. It is not the political party that you have ideological leanings to, but it is to the Constitution of the Republic and to the welfare of the security apparatus. So that mandatory reorientation is essential. And those who, after this orientation, still show signs of non-compliance with the ethos would have to have questions to answer. There's also a deployment of a new biometric database system, which, as we speak, is being implemented to cross-check personnel against national criminal and security intelligence records. Because even you as a citizen, when you're applying for something, they ask you for police reports. So why must we not hold those same standards to individuals who are working in our national security, state security apparatus? So we need that. And automatic disqualification measures are also going to be instituted for applicants that are linked to political vigilante networks, because there are visuals of them, we know them, we see them. So if you are there and we see you, this particular provision should be complied with. So these are all reforms that we are hoping will decentralize and then depoliticize the recruitment process. So when we say we have done this, it is because of these quite comprehensive, initiatives for all the state security agencies.
Okay. So to summarize, you're going to institute background checks.
Yes.
You are going to do some ideological realigning so that people understand their fidelities to the Constitution. You are going to automatically disqualify any people with vigilante, backgrounds. And now these are all things that you say you are going to do. You are in the process of doing. So instead of considering this particular one done, why not call it in progress?
No, it's done because the systems have been activated. So all these things that I've mentioned to are things that are being currently deployed. So it's not like a wait and see. They are being implemented.
But we haven't seen the results yet. Is it not the results that would determine that it's been done?
These kinds of actions do not lend themselves to giving regular reports on the results.
Well, have you held even one reorientation session yet?
We'll find out from the defense minister.
Have you carried out even one background check yet?
They have.
Okay.
They have.
They have? How many?
And as we have said this to you, as a media, you now have to call the sector ministers to respond to what we have said to you. That's really their work. They must communicate the key actions as we have communicated, because these reports were compiled from reports received from them.
So you insist that these are done, not in progress?
They are not in progress.
Okay. Now, just before that, we were about to talk about Galamsey, right? Number 19. I'll read it quickly. It says, ban illegal and new mining activities in forest reserves. Roll out our Tree for Life and Blue Water initiative to heal and sustainably harness the environment by turning areas and water bodies degraded by illegal mining into economic and ecological recovery hubs. So here I'm counting maybe 2 or 3 action points. First one is you're going to ban illegal and new mining activities in forest reserves. As we speak, illegal and new mining activities in forest reserves, are they banned?
Yes, we would describe it as so, because the president has announced that there's not to be any continuing illegal activity in forest reserves, nor is there to be any new mining activities in forest reserves. That is the basis for the operations that are being carried out in those forest reserves that you report on a daily basis. And when there are some breaches, your reporter brings to your attention, and the Joint Security Task Force go into those forest reserves and ask if there was no ban on these operations in the forest reserve. There will be no operation to go and confiscate excavators, to go and arrest people, to go and raise down whole communities that have been raised in the middle of forest. A whole circular economy in a forest reserve, where even reports of human trafficking and prostitution and drugs is happening. Those communities have been identified, raised down, bent, people arrested. If there was no ban on illegal mining, we will not be having a case against Afunta mine. We may have different interpretations to the full effect of these, interventions, because ultimately the full effect is that we will be able to substantially reduce galamsey and illegal mining, especially in our forest reserve, because that portends an existential threat. What we also have to see when we look at this government's actions is to do a comparison to the previous administration, where we have been charged to have also supported calls for the declaration of a state of emergency, as well as the repeal of LI 2462. That is so. We are aligned with the calls then because the evidence had proven that in the 8 years of the New Patriotic Party administration, we no longer saw commitment of political leaders to act. Why? Because even a Minister of Environment had come out with a report that pointed fingers to the challenges he was having to fight galamsey, and reported about how confiscated excavators vanished into thin air. We had come and aligned with CSO because we had seen operation after at least 3 different operations purporting to fight frontally the galamsey millet. Resources pumped into those operations. And at the end of those operations, the scorecard was that galamsey had rather entrenched itself, and the devastation was even starker before we even started those operations.
Is that not the case today?
So we were well within our right then to also align with the call for a state of emergency.
Are you still aligned?
But we won. Pardon?
Are you still aligned with that call?
And that's what I'm getting to now. So there was a question of low government commitment, as was evidenced by the actions and the results of non-transformation that we have seen. So we come into government, and His Excellency the President, from day one, says galamsey is top priority. Puts together a task force of all security agencies and stakeholders, sit around the table and figure out ways in which we can decisively deal with the matter. So number one, immediate goodwill and commitment from government. No evidence of any complicity, no evidence of any prevention of the work of whoever has been put in charge as we speak. No Minister of Environment or Land and Natural Resources has come to report to us that his work is being frustrated at the highest level, at the seat of government. Yesterday, someone said that one of the low-hanging fruits was the repeal of LI 2462, and we are still listening to the sentiments. And what we want is a solution, because if we don't have a solution and we don't prove substantially a marked departure from how the previous administration tackled the Galamsey minutes, in 2028 we would have questions to answer. It is in our interest to listen to all well-meaning voices who have something and suggestions to say. So we had thought, by sitting around the table and looking at where the problem is, where we're informed by the Attorney General that the bigger problem is with our Minerals and Mining Act. There are provisions that allowed for the LI to also be framed the way that it was framed, where we had problems with, the provisions of the LI, especially the power of the president to grant and sign mining leases in forest reserves, which actually is one of the reasons why we saw the proliferation of companies mining in our forest reserves. What did His Excellency do? Go and amend the LI and repeal that particular provision and remove the power of the president to continue to grant licenses for companies to operate in forest reserves.
Right.
It is okay if watchers believe that that is not enough and that we should completely repeal. And I think it's back to the drawing table. Whilst we are at it, it is not the availability or the unavailability of the law that will fight the Galamsey, even though the legal regime is essential to give legitimacy to the operations that are ongoing on a daily basis. Reporters give updates on, and when they are issued, we look at them and we respond to them.
Shamima, we were told. Forgive me, Shamima. We were told recently by the lands minister that some 9 of our forest reserves were under the complete control of illegal miners. They had driven out the Forestry Commission, the armed Forestry Commission officers, and had taken control of these forest reserves. Just a few days ago, Erastus Asaridonko reported national security officers taking over a legal underground mine and mining it themselves. Are you saying that these instances do not rise to the level that require a state of emergency?
You have a right to expect so, but because we have information about the comprehensive, interventions and operations that are being put in place, and Erastus has also reported and also made commendations to government in times that government was also responsive. In his last post, we did ask the question that who was that officer, from the top, who may have directed it, because it is a matter that will have to be investigated, because we know that not everybody within the system will be aligned to the cause. And that has been one of the major problems with fighting the Galamsey menace, because it's a complex conundrum of collusion, collaborators, actors, from community to traditional leaders to politicians. So what we must be interested in is the insulation of the presidency and the presidency's own approach to dealing with some of these reports. So if a report comes from the field, Erastus has made a report on the field that this same government and the same national security apparatus has swooped in to deal with. Because we must have a collaborative approach to dealing with the matter. Because government may not have eyes and ears everywhere. But those who are present in places where illegality is happening, when they draw attention of government, action is taken. Because as we speak, you cannot plead complicity on the side of the presidency or the agencies mandated to fight corruption. And Galamsey, I beg your pardon. So if there's a report that's national security, that's an omnibus word. We must find who these individuals are. Why are they there? Because it will be very, excuse my word, very stupid this morning for you, a national security operator, to go and stop a legal mining activity and be mining in an era that visibility on Galamsey matters is so high, and to think that you can get away with it if you indeed are doing as has been described. So that is why we think that we have a hold on the situation in terms of the leadership commitment to act when some of these reports come.
Okay.
Unless you begin to investigate and prove to me that the Minister of Land is complicit, that the National Security Coordinator has some complicity, or the Office of the President has some complicity, we cannot now question the commitment of leadership, which is what we require to, engage in an onslaught. Because indeed it is war.
Okay, now let's talk about the other part of number 19, which is setting up the Tree of Life and Blue Water Initiative to heal and sustainably harness the environment by turning areas and water bodies degraded by illegal mining into economic and ecological recovery hubs.
A grand vision indeed.
Yeah. How many water bodies have we healed so far?
Even you would know that the process of healing an entire water body is not a 4-month matter. Especially as the scientists have even told us how many years it will take to recover soils that have been polluted with some of these trace minerals from the chemicals, the mercury and things that are being used.
Shamima, you're right. Even forgive me, Shamima. You're right. Even I would know. Did the president not know when he made that promise to be accomplished in 120 days?
So you is healing not a process? You've been doing. Is it the English? What's the name of that your English program that you've been doing?
Say it right.
So to me, and my understanding of this is that we are going to roll out 2 initiatives: Tree for Life, which has been launched, and the tree planting exercises are starting in the most devastated, communities that we are attempting the recovery at. And the Blue Water Initiative, where the water guards have also been set to patrol the water, but also to look at new technologies that other jurisdictions have been used to recover and heal their water bodies in record time and reasonable time minutes. So for me, the word heal is not an end. The word heal is a process. If you break your arm and you go to the hospital, they will put a POP around it to heal it. But that healing process is a process. So you may interpret heal but it will be preposterous to say that even as we are writing this particular promise, our intendment was to deceive the people of Ghana that this position means that by 120 days, we would have had healed water bodies and healed forests and healed, devastated lands.
But what we do have, what we do have after 120 days, Shamima, is increased turbidity in these water bodies. So, are we moving in the opposite direction?
We are not, and that's also because the activities are also growing. So, it's a two-pronged approach to be able to heal completely the water bodies. We must stop the further pollution. To stop the further pollution, we must ensure the operations of the further pollution. So we are doing that whilst we are putting in place. There are some areas that we've been able to take back, and there are no illegal mining activities happening in those water bodies. So for those water bodies, treatments can commence. But for those areas that are still linked to areas of active, ongoing galamsey or illegal mining activities, of course the turbidity levels in the downstream of those active places will be there. But we must stop the illegal activity and then deploy the intervention. So again, you may agree with me fully or partially, but our intendment of this clause is that we would have shown indication that these two programs would be rolled out and the impact will be felt into the medium to long term when we begin. Because even a tree, if you plant a tree today, it will not grow in 4 months. So if we say trees for life, we can't possibly mean that in four months, all the trees that we have planted in the catchment community that we launched the Tree for Life initiative in the Asante region will grow, and then we will have a vast expanse of greenery. It can't possibly have been the intendment.
Okay.
But we have seen that we have deployed that policy, and we will roll out as we fight the bigger battle of stopping the rot at the head, so that the downstream activities will very soon begin to yield positive results.
Okay. We're talking to Shamima Muslim. She's the deputy spokesperson for the president, and we're talking about the 120-day performance of President John Mahama. When we come back from these messages, we'll get into the in progress areas and make some progress there.
This progress thing is worrying you this morning.
Oh no, I'm interested. I'm not worried. I'm interested.
Now.
That's right. We'll make some progress with it when we come back from these messages.
All right.
Don't miss out on Electroland Extravaganza Easter promotion. Buy and get whooping discounts in our Samsung Easter promotion. Get awesome deals in Media Easter Bonanza. Now, starting from $4.99 Ghana cedis, you will get a NASCO burner. With 1,599 Ghana cedis, you will get a 32-inch NASCO LED TV. NASCO top mount freezers start from 1,799 Ghana cedis, and NASCO chest freezers from 2,599 Ghana cedis. You will get a free desktop computer if you buy our selected NASCO 6 kg, 7 kg, 8 kg or 10 kg washing machine. Rush to EGL and authorized dealer showrooms across Ghana for exciting offers. Terms and conditions apply. Electroland Ghana Limited, home of luxury and affordable electronics.
Do you know that NIT is back in Ghana? Yes, you heard it right. NIT is back in Ghana, and Jackson Institute of Technology is the official partner. It's bigger, it's better, and it's here to revolutionize IT education in Ghana. Get ready for world-class training and unmatched opportunities powered by Jackson Institute of Technology. Jackson Institute of Technology is shaping futures with hands-on IT training for youth, students, and professionals. Courses include cybersecurity, Python programming, data analytics, networking and hardware essentials, and Microsoft Office Suite. We offer flexible schedules, affordable payment plans, and expert trainers with globally recognized certifications. Scholarships are available for women and girls. Sign up early to grab yours. You can locate us in Accra at Abna Atia Towers, Ring Road Central, or you can call us to enroll on 059 699 6037 or 059-699-6042. Take the first step towards your dream career with Jackson Institute of Technology, where your tech future begins.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kale Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kale Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kale Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kale Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white when it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kale Charcoal Toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kale Charcoal Toothpaste. Kale Charcoal Toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kel, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Our mothers carried us, cared for us, and made 100 silent sacrifices. They were our first teachers, first friends, and forever heroes. Just imagine your life without the love, strength, and the sacrifices of your mother. Thank you, Mama. You are truly loved and appreciated. As we celebrate Mother's Day, your superstation, Joy 99.7 FM, is asking you to say thank you, Mama, in a way only a queen deserves. Bring your mothers to Joy FM's magical Safari Day Out on Saturday, May 10 at the breathtaking Safari Valley Eco Resort for an all-day experience, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. It's not just a getaway, it's a full day of love, laughter, and unforgettable joy. Watching Mama smile from the heart. We'll kick things off with a guided wild tour where you'll meet zebras, wallabies, exotic birds, and more. Then explore a world of fun, horseback riding, segway and bicycle rides, bowling, archery, owari, jenga, darts, and more. Kids, we've got a full amusement park to keep them happy all day long. And of course, there's the feast, a sumptuous buffet lunch with freshly squeezed juices, followed by tributes to our mothers, photo moments, giveaways, and our grandmother's day cake cutting. And just when you think your heart is full, Kwampa will lift us even higher in music and celebration. Rates: adults 950 Ghana cedis, teenagers 650 Ghana cedis, and 550 Ghana cedis for children. Make payments via Momo to 0593 038 842 and reference Mama. The Momo name is Daniel Boyfiu. Need a ride? You are covered. There will be buses to convey those who may need it at no extra cost. For enquiries, call 0302 216 540. Let's make memories. Let's honor Mama. Let's do this the Joy FM way. Safari Day Out with Mama, because she deserves the world and just a little more.
Mama, you know I love you.
Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
On the Super Morning Show, we are talking to Shamima Muslim on the President's 120-day performance. We've already touched on Galamsey. We've spoken about some of the other things that the President has not fully delivered. And you have some more questions for Shamima. Shamima, welcome back. Are you still with us?
Hello, Kojo. Yes.
Yes. So
now you guys have two Kojos on the show.
Is it not nice?
Can you imagine?
Yes, we all want more, and Joy FM is giving you more. Now, Shamima, I'm here with Emefa as well, and Emefa has some questions for you.
Right, Shamima. So, yes. So, good morning to you. So,
good morning.
Your reference point 26 on the social contract would be that carry out a shake-up of all loss-making SOEs and realign them to break even and transition into profit making. Now, yesterday, the president said, and I quote, "My vision is clear: to transform SOEs into robust pillars of economic strength. This may involve shutting down some or merging others. SIGA is facilitating discussions to revive the produce buying company, deliberating with the Ghana Stock Exchange about potential listing of at least 10 SOEs and encouraging them to prioritize dividend payments as their primary objective this year." Two questions. Have we identified some of these SOEs that we're looking to merge? And most importantly, I see that there's a figure to some of the SOEs that you're looking to list on the stock exchange. Have we also identified some of this particular 10 SOEs?
Right. So you would recall that on March 13, the president met at a convening of all CEOs of government entities under FIDA met all of them. In fact, that is when some of us really got a close look at the state of our SOEs. There are some 10 SOEs that are like the biggest burden in terms of the debt. So we're talking Cocoa Board and the rest, quite a lot of them. They did indicate that at least 10 of these SOEs accounted for over 80% of the debt that these state entities were suffering. So that is when His Excellency told them that all of them, the CEOs and the deputies, were going to be assessed on their KPIs into the next round of assessment. And those that are falling short of their expected productivity and delivery will have questions to answer. What does this do? It places a lot of pressure on these CEOs to know that you will not be living a life of largesse under an enterprise that is really from debt and non-productivity. So this process is in full flight. The review is ongoing, and FIGA would be presenting the report that will answer the specific question that you've just asked, because I will not be privy to that information as to who, especially when the exercise is still ongoing. It is work we are also doing collaboratively with the IMF, because it is because of some of these losses, cyclical losses, persistent losses, that, Ghana eventually struggles and then runs the IMF. So under the IMF program,
right,
we are supposed to do this audit, and we're working with them to do the assessment fairly and justly.
So we don't have a sense, we don't have timeline at least to know which ones we're going to be merging and which ones we're going to be listing. I acknowledge that.
Don't worry, you'll get the information with you soon. Immediately they're done with the work that they have to do.
Okay, Kojo will come in briefly, but because this contract really takes the shape of a real contract, the form and the substance, language really means a lot to me. I want to finish this conversation at the end of it knowing that this is done, this is in progress, and the language such as we're in discussion, we're facilitating, shall I count them as done or in progress?
This is your easy question, Emefa. You said should you count which one has done?
So in the president's speech, you realize that we have language such as we're in discussion, we're facilitating. I want to be able to count the points or some of the areas that he says we're facilitating, we're discussing as done or not done, and I will take that from you.
It's done and in progress. I've explained to you. So those that the action has been complete is done. Those that the processes are still live, it's in progress. Because meetings are activities. Review of documents are activities. Cabinet discussing on these issues are activities that can be counted as activities towards meeting the objects of the promise. So those ones will be progress. So, for example, we're going to appoint 14 cabinet ministers within 14 days. Within 14 days, cabinet ministers have been appointed. That is done. We're going to launch a code of conduct for public sector, public office holders, appointees. There was a process to the preparation of that code of conduct. It was just not an event. There was a process which has culminated in an actual document that has been launched. So that is done. Please, I don't know if I've communicated clearly.
We get
so
point.
For us,
of
point, the actions that we have taken action on, that is yielding setting results and then setting continuing activity. We will list it as done.
Okay.
Although
Shamima, are you there?
Of those actions that are done, efficient government.
So Shamima, we are losing you. If you can position yourself well, if you can go to your previous position, I will get a better line for this question. So if you can hear me, please give me an answer to this. So the president announced that appointees who had not filed their asset register, who have not filed, are supposed to relinquish their salaries, and that be put in the Ghana Medical Trust Fund. He also said he's putting 6 months of his own money in there, and you've launched a short code to raise money for that particular fund. But the bill has not gone to Parliament yet. We don't have the law in place. What instrument, what machinery are you using to raise funds and get funding to run this Ghana Medical Trust Fund when you don't even have a board and a law in place?
So there's a task force. As you know, that it was launched by the health minister. So there's always going to have to be the groundwork prepared to finally, regularize some of these programs. So that committee is in place. That is working on the modalities, on the structures. In the meantime, once they finish their work, everything else will come on stream beautifully. So there's a task force that is working on all the modalities that will answer the questions eventually.
Finally, before we let you go, is your government ready to publish annual reports of all state agencies, ministries, and to give us a sense of how we are doing when it comes to your program and activities and how we are spending the taxpayers' money?
Is it an expectation? Is it an expectation?
Shamima, your line is bad. The line is bad, but I think we can take this up at a later date. But what I wanted to ask you, if you are listening on the radio, is your government going to publish annual reports of the various ministries so that we can track performance? I'm told Shamima is back.
Right. Because I was asking if it's a suggestion you're making or it's already an existing expectation from MMD.
It used to be done. I remember when Nimoy Thompson was NDPC boss, they used to have an almanac on the NDPC website where we had all sorts of annual reports from agencies, from ministries. We had composite budgets from the various MMDAs, which gave us a sense of how we should spend our money and how we could track government performance. But it's not being done any longer. Are you bringing that back?
I would have to find out. But I'm sure in the spirit of the transparency that we have shown so far, we've put a lot of things out, including the code of conduct, so that the public can also monitor public conduct behavior with us. I don't think it should be an issue if MMDA should. I should think that naturally they should be able to have annual reports. I should think so. So I'll find out.
Okay, we'll follow up on that because we believe that's part of the transparency and accountability contract you have with us. And thank you for joining us this morning on the Super Morning Show. So we've heard from Shamima. We'll be hearing from you as well later on the show. Read your messages on the show. Emefa and Kojo are still here.
Yes, but let me tell them about the MTN Thursday special data bundle. Now, your Thursdays just got more exciting because from now you get a nice 25% bonus on your first data bundle purchase of the day when you bundle on my MTN app or use *138#. This is every Thursday on MTN. MTN is saying that's not enough for a lovely customer like you, so they are offering a free extra movie tickets when you pay with Momo at the Silverbird Cinemas at the Accra and West Hills malls. For those of you wonderful people in the Great Garden City, Kumasi, you get your free tickets at the Golden Cinemas in the Kumasi Mall. If you ask me, I think your movie dates are sorted from now on. Now, this is what we call a sweet deal. So set your reminders, bundle on MTN or *138# and make the best of your 25% first data bundle discount and visit the cinemas. Use Momo and get your free extra movie tickets on MTN's Yellow Thursday. Kojo.
So MTN is giving us a lot of freebies on Thursdays, but you know the Sunday brunch at the Palms, formerly Holiday Inn, is happening. So if you want a place to be every Sunday, go to Holiday Inn. Just go and enjoy some great food, some good music, and a great time at the Palms, formerly Holiday Inn. Reserve your seats now. 055 1000333 055 1000333 and have a great Sunday every Sunday at the Palms, formerly Holiday Inn.
Got a few questions for you. What is the core mission of this professorial chair, and how does it support the broader strategic goals of the university and the Chartered Institute of Human Resource Management? I'll bring you the answers to that one shortly.
Yes, so we've heard from Shamima Muslim answering some of the questions we gave her on the president's 120 days in office and how we are doing. What do you think? Are you impressed so far? 055-11-11997. We will read your messages. But Join News, in partnership with the Nature and Development Foundation, brings you a national dialogue on repealing the legal instrument LI 2462. Shamima said that the president is working on repealing this, and it's to check mining in Ghana's forest. Ghana's rivers are dying, the forests are vanishing. What can we do together to correct the wrongs and to fix this problem? Join Joy News for this dialogue on law, on the law permitting mining in forest reserves. It's happening today. 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Joy News and Joy FM. Be part of this conversation to protect our land, our water, and our future.
Well, I guess, Dalbid, you've got any more messages to share before?
Yeah, so there are a few other things that I think that the government must do, and it's based on the final question I gave to Shamima. I think if any leader comes to a people and tells them we are going to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, that leader must put in place a system to report to the people what they've been able to do based on the ask. If you're asking me to pay these taxes to do A, B, C, D, and you're telling me you do A, B, C, D, at the end of the year, you need to come to me and tell me you did this. Usually the State of the Nation address will give you a sense of a report. But over the years too, we've used it to basically tell Ghanaians what we've been able to do. And we cover up some of the other things. So annual reports by state agencies, I believe, should be a regular thing that is done and published so that we can see. Because we are stakeholders and shareholders in the business, Kojo.
Yeah, I think you've really nailed it. The missing link here is monitoring and evaluation, which is a specialized area of expertise that every single government needs to invest in. You need to have a way of independently having your work monitored and assessed. So you don't come and tell us that something that you are in progress of doing is complete. Right, it's unfortunate to hear that line of communication. I mean, I decided, to let the audience decide for themselves whether something that is in progress is actually complete. Can you imagine if the previous government came to tell us that because they started 111 hospitals, so Agenda 111 is complete? Just imagine if they had come to tell us that, what we would have heard in response. So I think we know the difference between in progress and complete. And it's unfortunate because if the government tells us that something that they are in the process of doing, or they've set up a meeting to discuss doing, is actually complete, then they are setting a very low bar for their own assessment. Which means that in the future they can basically come and tell us anything. Oh, some two people had a meeting, so it's complete. They can announce any project, and just because a meeting has been held, it's complete. That cannot be the standard to which we hold our government. It cannot.
We'll go for a quick break. When we return, we read some of your messages. We'll bring you more on the Super Morning Show. Stay with us.
Hello, I am Teacher Jane. Are you Eric's mom? Yes. Well, today in class, he kept challenging me about a certain point for more than 5 minutes.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry, Mommy. I love his confidence. Our world needs more people who can speak up. So well done.
Oh, thank you. Confident, curious kids will change our world. Nido is specially formulated with iron, vitamin C, and A. Nido, your love, their future.
This advert is FDA approved.
Kids, no running. They grow up so fast.
Come here, guys. Who wants to watch their favorite show on GoTV?
Your family's favorite moments are made better with GoTV's shows. We've got loads of local, international, and kids channels, and all the football you need from the comfort of your home.
You can also watch your favorite shows wherever you are with GoTV Stream. Stick with GoTV and let's go together. GoTV. Love it.
TCL's Easter promotion. It's big and bold. Buy 50-inch, 55-inch, or 65-inch TCL QLED Pro 4K Smart Android TV starting from 7,999 Ghana cedis and get free 32-inch TCL TV. Buy TCL 75-inch, 85-inch, or 98-inch TV and get free 43-inch TCL TV. The bigger the purchase, the better the deal. Buy TCL 115-inch QD Mini LED 4K TV and get a free 85-inch TCL TV. Discount so huge you will feel like a winner. Looking for TCL refrigerators, washing machines, water dispensers, audio soundbar, and more at cool deals? Rush to TCL showrooms and authorized TCL dealers in Ghana before stock runs out. Terms and conditions apply. TCL, inspire greatness.
Sasso, sasso, si come tonton preco. Sasso, sasso, si come tonton preco. Edrana twami ne museshe. Ye hakesia ne mambewe. Minya me kone me sasso spray. Every mosquito study run away. Tonton preco, sasso sasso, mi se come tonton preco. Come tonton preco, sasso, come tonton preco. Nani sham ne die, demo stronko.
This advert is FDA approved.
One night, one stage, one nation's heartbeat. As all the stars in Ghana align to celebrate the biggest night in Ghanaian music, the 26th Telecel Ghana Music Awards. Live, unfiltered, unforgettable with Kim Promise, Stoneboy, Kweku Smoke, and Press Gifty, Kim Paluta, Famiye, Adina, Beast Trap, Titi Owusu, AEC, Molly, and more.
Live at the Grand Arena, Saturday, May 10th at 7 p.m.
Tickets going fast. 500 Ghana cedis and 700 Ghana cedis at Charterhouse or dial *713*33*00# For limited VVIP, call 050-128-8520 now. The 26th Telecel Ghana Music Awards, produced by Charterhouse with support from Guinness, TV3, British Council, Closer, KPMG, Media Partners, and proudly sponsored by Telecel, Connected Energy.
False pretender.
to me. Oh, love it. Maxi Priest and Shabaranks. It's the Super Morning Show on Joy, and you've been telling us what you think about the president's 120 days. What are the messages saying?
Absolutely. So, Kojo, Dr. Conte Senior is doing some math over here. Says that going by Imani's assessments, he will get 71%. That's 50% plus 21%. And he puts something into brackets. Says that 42% partially and 50% completed. Very historic. Haters go shame. Haters no be God. President JDM shall succeed, inshallah. I'm not sure I understand the math, but we'll take it like that. And also, Blow Kumi says that whatever it is, we are far better in all aspects of our lives than about 7 months ago. Interesting. Baobab PSC says that it's been a fair ride. Galamsey and Doomsaw still plaguing us, but the key winnings are the exchange rate and the flow of information from the government. Very commendable. And Premo also says, so far so good. He hasn't done everything right, which is understandable, but yes, I am hopeful. And also, VR Winner says that stable city since January 7. I haven't seen that in a long time. We used to see rises every week or two. And Limericks says that he prioritized NDC folks getting positions in government. Nothing was done for the benefit of the ordinary Ghanaian. Teachers and nurses are redundant. There is no clear path on what the reset is about, Kojo. While many are quite excited about the update on the social contract, others also think otherwise.
Okay, all right. Well, thanks for that. A few birthday messages as well, and lots of you celebrating your birthday today. Let me start with this one. It says, okay, it's my birthday today. Oh, okay. Happy birthday to you. And this one goes to Fiona Wilberforce. It's actually from your husband, okay? And your family members. Your husband, John, and then Fifi and Ato. All of them wishing you a happy birthday, Fiona Wilberforce. Enjoy your special day. Any other birthdays before we move on?
Well, I will just bring you a few in a second, but if you have some, you can still just go on. But may you light up my life. May you always feel as special as you are to me. Remember that you're wonderfully made by God and a perfect gift to me. Happy birthday, Mrs. Linda Asafo Ajay, and from your husband and best friend, Mr. Asafo Ajay, Transport Manager, Tema Ports, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. And this one says, happy birthday to Mark Kwachi, CEO of Has Mall Enterprise. May God bless you exceptionally and make your name great. We love you dearly. From your wife Henrietta, my girls Naomi, Amanda and Jennifer. And this one as well, happy birthday to Mame Boatma Yefunwura, Mabena of Heavy Do.
That's right.
From Mayfair, Lovia, Chichi, and workers of Heavy Do Choba. Okay. Must be some good food happening there today as well. Let's see if we have you done Madame Dorcas Isuman yet? Yep. Oh, perfect. Good time to do it. Happy birthday. Wishing Dorcas Kukwa Isuman Cooks of Omni Basic Bank, Kokomlimle branch, a fantastic happy birthday celebration. And this is from Nanakwisi Yankson to you. Happy birthday. That'll be it for now.
All right then. So listen, let's say a quick good morning to my friends at the Best Western Plus Accra Beach Hotel. Good morning to Theodora and my new friend Doreen. Good morning to you both. Running one of the best hotels in Accra, Best Western Plus Accra Beach Hotel, is going to be the venue for some amazing celebrations on Mother's Day. Okay, Sunday 11th of May just coming up. You're going to enjoy wonderful music by Inshira Betty, backed by the Funky Fusion Band. There'll be welcome drinks, so I'm talking coconut juice and so forth. And then you can enjoy face painting for the kids, canvas painting for the more mature, board games like Owari and Ludo, and of course free photo shoot. All of this for you and your mom. All right, 450 Ghana cedis will get you in per person, and then of course you can pay 200 Ghana cedis for the kids, and this includes your amazing brunch. Okay, they call it the Obatanpa brunch. You've got to enjoy this to know what I'm talking about. If you want to make a reservation, call one of these two numbers: 054 840 2224, or you could try 050 965 1381. All right, so please make sure you follow them on social media for more details. On Instagram, they are BVP Accra Beach Hotel, and on TikTok they are it's not BV, it's BWP, Best Western Plus, BWP Accra Beach Hotel, and on TikTok they are at BWP Hotel. Their website, of course, is Best Western Plus Hotel Accra, but bestwesternplusaccra.com, bestwesternplusaccra.com.
Now, Joy News in partnership with Nature and Development Foundation brings you a national dialogue on repealing the legal instrument 2462 to check mining in Ghana's forest reserves. Now, Ghana's rivers are dying, forest is vanishing, and communities are suffering. Illegal mining, or galamsey, has polluted over 60% of our water bodies, threatening our environment and health. Join Joy News for critical national dialogue on the law permitting mining in forest reserves. It's time to keep a check on the duty bearers and demand action against environmental degradation. Tune in live Thursday, May 8th, which is today, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Joy News and on Joy FM. Be part of the conversation to protect our land, water, and future. Don't miss it. It's today, 6 p.m. Exactly.
6 p.m. on TV and on radio. Don't miss this. And the Impact Makers Awards is also showing on Joy News as we honor the efforts of ordinary people making extraordinary impact. If you want to hear of stories of people making impact with after school programs, mental health advocacy, clean water projects, and a whole lot more, just tune into Joy News and catch their inspiring stories. This is in partnership with the McDan Foundation and is the 2025 Impact Makers Awards. It's also brought to you by Gold Keys Properties, MNC Group Global, German Ozone Medical Center, Latex Foam, your partner for life, the Center for Strategic Philanthropy and Social Investment of the Pentecost University, Philanthropy Ghana, and also the Ghana CEO Summit. The Joy News Impact Makers Awards is celebrating ordinary people making extraordinary impact.
All right, speaking of extraordinary impact, let me tell you the extraordinary impact you will make on your mama when you bring her along to the safari day out with mom. All right, listen, you need to be there with her, pamper her the way that she will never forget. Joy FM and Safari Valley Eco Park are bringing you this amazing opportunity. It's on Saturday, okay? Saturday, the 10th of May, 2025, from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. Now, it's so affordable, okay? For Safari Valley Eco Park, 950 Ghana cedis per head. All right, for adults, 650 for teenagers, and 550, for kids. Very, very affordable. Come along, book your table, and you can do that by sending your payment through to the Momo number 0593 938 842. Okay, 0593 038 842. 0593 038 842. Okay, the name will be multimedia, or perhaps it'll say Daniel Boyview. Same account, so send it through. Or you can pay with a short code star 714 star 003 star 3 hash. Okay, and you can ensure that your table is booked and your registration is done. If you want to know more, call 0302 216540. All right, Safari Valley with Mama is sponsored by DBS Industries Limited, and it's also sponsored by Achimota Retail Center and Levon 2 Feminine Wash, Chic Collection, Chic Collection, SHIK, Chic Collection, Woodine, as well as Gino and Vitamilk, and of course Sinel specialist hospital.
Also, German Ozone Medical Center is a leading multidisciplinary healthcare facility with a strong focus on ozone therapy as the core of our clinical approach. Renowned for its therapeutic benefits, ozone therapy is integrated across all our medical and dental services to support faster healing, enhanced immunity, and overall wellness. In addition to our specialized ozone-based treatment, we offer comprehensive outpatient care, advanced dental services, and operate as a fully equipped implant care center with an in-house dental lab, ensuring precision and efficiency. Our commitment to innovation, patient-centered care, and clinical excellence positions us as a trusted destination for holistic and advanced healthcare solutions. So, contact us on 055 024 2222 or 055 025 2222 or send an email hello@gomc.com.gh. German Ozone Medical Center, where innovation in healthcare and implant dentistry is empowered by ozone and defined by excellence.
And talking about dentistry and dental care, you need a Pepsodent Cavity Fighter toothpaste. Is available in the 175 gram big family pack, 120 gram Jacqua pack, 65 gram and 12 gram sachets. You can always get what you can afford at any time in any shop near you. Pepsodent there is everywhere in all the shops. And always remember to brush your teeth in the morning and before you sleep at night. Now, if you want to talk to a dentist for free, call toll free on 0800 161 000. And remember that Pepsodent is recommended by the Ghana Dental Association. If you also want to call their customer care center, call that toll free on 0800 200030. Pepsodent, every smile matters. And let me also tell you about the Ghana Horticulture Expo, which is being organized by the Federation of Association of Ghanaian Exporters with support from Joy News and GEPA, Ghana Exim Bank, Fidelity Bank, Gesal, Agro Monte, and GIZ. Is the biggest industry event that happens annually at the Accra International Conference Center. It's bringing 22 agric and horticulture associations together, plus anybody who wants to venture into agric. If you want to venture into agric, if you do any business within the space, services, machinery, if you are into food production, packaging, if you want to learn about the export markets, that is the event you don't have to miss. And it's 3 days, so 3 days of a lot of information, a lot of networking at the Accra International Conference Center from 11th to 13th of June 2025. If you want to get a stand, you can call 0243457783 or 053-522-4555 or visit GhanaHortiExpo.com.
All right. Well, don't forget to go to kingdomstoreonline.com. Check out the best quality office essentials, equipment, and stationery, as well as furniture from Kingdom Books. Now, they've got you covered when it comes to payment. You can use Momo, and they will deliver to your home or office in good time. You get free delivery if you're in Accra or Tema. Terms and conditions apply. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks.
Also, M&C Group Global, an investment holding company with businesses in minerals, food trading, gold export, real estate, logistics, and more, with over 12 years of experience and a presence in 8 countries, including Dubai, USA, and China. We drive growth and innovation. Tap into our expertise in management consultancy, procurement, and energy services. Unlock new opportunities with M&C Group today. M&C Group Global, totally reliant. We still have some few messages.
Yeah, let's hear them.
Okay. To Theresa Delali Dugbamado, Finance Department IT Consortium, a happy birthday to you. Wishing you a birthday filled with happiness and the satisfaction that comes from a year of hard work and achievements. Cheers to another successful year. And this one is coming from Simon Betty. Simon Beche to you, Delali Nu Bamado. There's another one from Papa Nixon from Deloitte. It says that happy birthday to Derek, a manful of the Risk Advisory Department of Deloitte. Hilary Ayele Foley of the Audit Department and Edward Obosapon of the Financial Advisory Department. Also belated birthday to Sharif Isa of Risk Advisory Department, from Country Managing Director Daniel Kojo Owusu and all staff of Deloitte. Happy birthday to you all.
And also going out to Ruth Okan Adeti. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday to you. And to Kwekwe J, former journalist, now communications specialist, Kwekwe J. Happy birthday to you. And to Chris Nanousu, who works with the Community Water and Sanitation Agency. Happy birthday to you as well.
All right, some messages. We're back after these.
For further inquiries, call 0302-216-540 or 0554-594-727. Registration closes at noon on Friday, May 9. Safari Day Out with Mama is sponsored by DBS Industries Limited. We truly are your roof experts. Achimota Retail Center. Go shop this Mother's Day at Achimota Retail Center. Vibes in Kwa. Level 2 Feminine Wash. Stay fresh to impress. Ghana AIDS Commission. Prevent mother-to-child transmission of HIV and AIDS. Chic Collection, where fashion counts. Woodine. This Mother's Day, show your love to the special woman in your life with Woodine, a gift that radiates elegance and style. Woodine, Le Createur. Gino truly cares. Vitamilk. Feels good anywhere, everywhere. Sinel Specialist Hospital, your specialist family hospital.
Mama, you're the queen of my heart. Your love is like tears from the stars.
FPAC is effective for headaches and relieves the symptoms of flu, colds, and catarrh. FPAC blows away the pain associated with sore throats. During and after a hard day's work, FPAC relieves you of body pains. After the day's sports workout, FPAC helps the body to control the aching muscles. FPAC is effective against feverishness. FPAC reduces body temperature associated with malaria and other fevers. FPAC is effective against rheumatic pains. You can find FPAC in all pharmacy and chemical select shops throughout the country. FPAC is not recommended for children less than 16 years of age, ulcer and asthmatic patients, pregnant and lactating mothers. If symptoms persist for more than 2 days, consult your doctor. FPAC blows your pain away.
FPAC Junior follows in the tradition of FPAC tablets, a trusted friend to relieve your child of pain associated with teething, catarrh, cold and fever. The good that FPAC does for you, FPAC Junior does for your child. FPAC Junior is for children between 6 months and 12 years. FPAC Junior blows your child's pain away.
This is
Wake up to joy, joy, joy. Sunshine and joy in the morning time. Yeah. Wake up to the super morning show. Yeah. Wake up to joy, joy in the morning.
Anyway,
you both hear lyrics better than I.
No
so
size. This is the Super Morning Show. I don't know if that's what he actually said.
We'll take it. After all, it's saying it's right from you.
No size. All right. Well, listen, we've had a great morning with you. We're so glad that you came along with us. We had an interesting conversation, and it's only the beginning, because these things need to be discussed in as much detail and in earnest. And we will certainly continue the conversations in the coming days. Tomorrow is Friday. We're looking forward to a big show, and we hope you'll be a part of it. But we know you'll stay with Joy until then, right?
Quickly before we go, Kojo, Join Youth in partnership with Nature and Development Foundation is having the national dialogue today on repealing LI 246, uniting voices to protect Ghana's forests and water bodies, and it's hosted by Blessed Suga today, and it will be between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. You don't want to miss that. It's live on the Joy News channel and as well on Joy FM. You can also stream. Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. Okay, then. So, on behalf of the team, I say a big thank you to all of you for staying tuned and joining us for the Super Morning Show. Stay with Joy until we're back together tomorrow. My name is Kojo Yankson. I'm the morning man.
I'm Emefa Akosua Adeti.
My name is Kojo Boateng.
All right. And up next is the 10 o'clock bulletin with portable but powerful Adobia.
My property is my property.